Very well. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. So, okay. Let me hold on for a second. Hold on for a second, y'all. Okay. Reportedly, Kevin Samuels, allegedly, Kevin Samuels has passed away. At first, I wasn't sure if I believed it. It hasn't been officially confirmed, but a media production company, I saw this on a video, they went on the Instagram. Oh my God. Okay, the calls is already getting started. I'll take it. They said that he died of an accidentally, and I don't know if it's drugs or something, but they said that he is no longer here. Okay, so I have my first call already. Hello.
Hey, what's going on, people?
Hello, how are you?
It's so nice hearing from you again. I love your live. Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, so ask me. I'm so glad you're having this live.
Thank you so much. Reportedly, the infamous Kevin Samuels, who said black women would die alone, reportedly has died alone in his house or his apartment at the age of 56. They said it was cardiac arrest, but media production companies who said they have an inside source said that it was actually an accidental death. When I hear accidental, I think a drug overdose or something. We don't know for sure yet. A lot of people said it was cardiac arrest. So I have the question marks because this is allegedly Kevin Samuels is no longer here. What is your opinion about this?
Well, I have two things. I'm a little upset. The reason why I would say I'm upset because I was hoping that he would die a very racist and violent death by a white woman. And number two, there's a possibility that because he was being investigated by the FBI and CIA.
He was?
Is there a possibility? Yes, he was. Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay.
Yep. So, and also, somebody could have killed his ass as well. Somebody could have killed him.
That is true. He had a lot of enemies, I'm sure.
And somebody could have killed him and made it look like an accident. And if somebody did, I hope they get away with it.
Okay, now everyone, this is their opinions. My opinion, I don't really have an opinion. I'm still sort of in shock because you just didn't expect it. Even though, I mean, look, David Carroll.
There's no way. Listen, I'm sorry to cut you off, Siegel. There's no way that you're going to do wrong if you're not going to expect things to happen to you. Okay? There's no way that this man is going to be on a public platform and act and carry on the way he did and think that nothing was going to happen to him. Of course, something was eventually going to happen to him. It's almost like the George Floyd situation. Eventually, something bad is going to happen to you. It just is what it is.
Okay. Well, a lot of people are saying winter came early for Kevin. Like I said, David Carroll passed away just a few months ago. Nature Boy has just been arrested, who was abusing women. Now, Kevin has reportedly passed away. Other people are saying maybe Fresh and Fit will be next, maybe a few others in the manosphere or the anti-women. You know, there are people who feel like Kevin was, he hated women. He said a lot of things that ruined the self-esteem and the hope of thousands of women who wanted to get married and body image issues. He said a lot of stuff that was very controversial.
This is what I don't understand is, number one, we're talking about a black man, okay? We're talking about the most powerless group of men on the face of the planet. So I don't understand how women could allow a man that has no power, that their ass whooped by men that are biologically weaker than them, according to them, and you're going to have feelings over what this man is saying. I'm still trying to understand why are women even listening to any black man in the first place.
They rather listen to a lot of them than listen to women. I think they want to feel wanted. They want validation. It's an abusive thing. Stockholm syndrome. They like, a lot of them seem to like the abuse. I don't know what's wrong with a number of them. And they're in the chat, they said that men in his space are vowing to continue his work. There will always probably be another Kevin Samuels. He's not the first that I've seen come and talk about women and make women feel bad and everything. I'm pretty sure there'll be somebody who wants to try to take his place next. So.
Well, you know what? I listen. Listen, this is. It's a lot bigger than this. Trust me. This is the very beginning. Very, very, very beginning.
No. What? The phone. Okay, I'm sorry about that. The phone line dropped. Okay. I did not hang up on you. The phone line dropped. There were 2 calls coming through that probably interrupted the call. Let me see. Okay, give me a second. So I'm sorry about that. Hello?
Hi, Susan. How are you?
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm good. It's Leah. You probably don't remember me. I called in a couple times a while back. I had to kind of like separate, not from you because I love you. To me, you're just positive, and you don't spend a lot of time talking about the negative stuff, you know. But I just had to take a break from watching videos of, talking about like black males and their behavior, because it's stressful, because it's just very dark. So, but I do want to have a comment about his passing, if it is true, because half of me thinks it's a publicity stunt.
You sound a little muffled. I can't hear you that great. I'm not sure if I'm on speaker.
Can you hear me now?
That's a little better. Talk a little louder if you can.
Okay, I am so sorry. Can you hear me a little better?
Yes, that's much better. Thank you.
Okay, I'm so sorry. I was just basically going to say half of me is thinking that it's a publicity stunt. But if he really did pass, I'm not rejoicing in his death. If anything, I might be a little bit afraid for his soul, because God doesn't like ugly, and we all do ugly. None of us are on a pedestal. All of us have an expiration date. We're no different from him. But I just think that there's something spiritual in this.
Okay. Give us more detail.
I don't know. I feel like maybe spiritually, God is about to start shutting down He's about to start shutting down all of the people who are coming against his women. And God loves all women. It doesn't matter what color you are. He loves all women equally. And I basically think that we're about to start seeing people reaping what they sow. And again, I'm not celebrating on his death, if he is dead, because like I said, half of me thinks it could be a publicity stunt. But I do think that if, this is a cautionary tale, that this is how he lived out his life. And this is the way he spent his last days. He could have brought more positivity to the world.
Okay. It's the same thing with David Carroll. I'm not sure if you're familiar with him, but he said a lot of things about black women, and he passed away all by himself a few months ago. and he was heavy in the space of criticizing black women. So I get what you're saying. You know, a lot of people are also saying karma has come for Kevin Samuels. I'm not saying that he never said anything that was untrue. Sometimes some things held weight and was true of the, you know, how men look at women, but he
The
ruined.
devil knows the Bible. The devil is the biggest liar in the world, and he speaks some truth sometimes.
That's true, and I'm not taking up for him because Kevin Samuels did not. I responded to him. This was like a year ago, a video, and he saw it and he blocked me because I was telling the truth. So you know, I don't like how he made women believe that they weren't worth anything, that they don't deserve, they don't deserve anything if your dress size doesn't match your height, and making women think that just settle. I mean, he even told a woman to go back to her abusive husband and said that black women don't get beat because he never saw it. He was damaging the minds of thousands of men, and you know, he just was toxic.
He was.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, it's fine. And thank you for your kind words earlier. Thank you so much. You know, there are a lot of people who will say Kevin was doing good. He was putting women in their place, and he checked men a few times, but most of the times, you know, he made a lot of women believe that it's impossible for you to get a high value man because, oh, your age, oh, your weight, or I mean, as if you can't get a makeover, or oh, you have a child. You know, making women think that there was no hope. It was ridiculous.
Right.
So.
And that's why a lot of black men liked him, because basically he made, if the woman thinks that she is small, it will allow small dudes to have access to her.
Okay.
And so that's why most of those guys were bottom grade guys, and they loved him because they're like, we need for them to not think that they can leave us and go on to be with greater men. So we want you to keep making them think they're not worth anything. So
yes.
But that's all I wanted to say. And thank you so much for taking my call.
Thank you.
I'm in the middle of stuff. So
all right. Make sure you're subscribed. Thank you so much. Bye.
Yeah, have a blessed day.
You too.
Bye. Call from Tiffany.
Hello? Tiffany?
Yeah, I'm calling in about the topic of Kevin Samuels.
Okay, I can't really hear you that great. I'm not sure, again, if I'm on speaker or you're away from the phone. Talk a little bit louder into the phone.
Can you hear me?
That's better.
Okay, well, I wanted to give my opinion on the topic of Kevin Samuels.
Okay, tell the world. This is your chance. Tell the world what you have to say if it's true that he is in fact passed away.
If he has passed away, then I mean, he passed away, I guess, bad health reasons or whatever. It wasn't because the devil. It wasn't because God. It wasn't because karma. It's ironic. What he said about black women was despicable and disgusting. I am one black woman that will celebrate his death because I ain't got no shame. And I just think his death is just his death. But it's not some higher power. It's not karma. It's not God. It's not the devil. I don't know why a lot of black blaming it on God and the devil. The man had problems, bad health issues, and he had some nerve to talk about black women needing to lose weight and do this and do that. I think the man was absolutely evil. So he was a despicable human being, and honestly, because this is my opinion, that's what he gets.
Okay. All right.
All right, yeah, good night.
You too. I have a lot of calls coming in. Okay, the lady who called in earlier, I'm gonna call you back because something happened and the phone line cut off. Okay, so I want to give her chance to call back. Hold on for a second. Her chance to speak. Give me 1 second, y'all. I'm dialing this number. Okay, give me a second. Everybody who's calling, you will speak tonight. I will be talking to you. Okay. To that person who called in, do not worry. I'm going to get to you. You will get your chance. I'm sorry. Give me a second, y'all. I'm going to call the lady back in 1 second. I'm not even calling nobody right now because I'm starting to get a little bit confused with all the calls coming in. Um, hold on. Someone was calling from California, I think, just now. Let's see how I'm gonna do this. Sorry, y'all. Let me just call this person, another person back. I'm getting a little bit confused because so many numbers are coming up. Okay.
Yes, hello?
Hello, did we speak? This is Cerebral.
Yes, I was calling you back. Thank you for calling me back, Cerebral. I was trying to get through the line. So, yeah, I got cut off. Like, your call just dropped.
Okay. I'm sorry about that. I
Yeah,
don't know what happened.
No, that's totally fine. So, I don't remember where I left off, but I was listening to the live, and you had, I think, 2 other callers after me. So, I mean, moving from this point, what else do you want to talk about in regards to Kevin Devil's death?
Well, again, this is going to send shockwaves. It already is sending shockwaves through the internet because so many people, it just shows you just never know when your time is coming. You know, you never know. And that's pretty scary. But again, there are going to be a lot of people rejoicing about it, I'm sure, because they felt he was an evil man who hated black women. And they felt he was very toxic. So a lot of people don't feel any sympathy about it. They felt it was coming for him. So listen, I do have other callers. I'm gonna call. I just want to hear everybody's opinion. All right. So thank you.
No problem.
All right.
No
Bye.
problem.
Okay. Let's see. Matter of fact, let me just call these numbers because I actually wrote these numbers down because it gets a little confusing with all these numbers popped up on here. Who was calling me from California? I think I'm gonna hold on. I think this is the California number I'm calling right now. 310, I think. 5207. We shall see.
Hello.
Hi, this is Cerebral.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm okay. Are you in California?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You're the right number. Okay. How are you doing?
I am doing good. You don't recognize my voice, huh?
Oh, is this Diamond Princess?
Yeah.
Hey, Diamond Princess. You sound a little bit different.
Because I'm getting over a cold. That's why.
Okay. I know everybody listening, Diamond Princess, she also has a YouTube channel, so check her out. So, what is your opinion about Kevin Samuels allegedly has passed?
I just heard it when I got off the work. To be honest with you, I think the universe did its job because right now, with all, this black women rhetoric, black men killing black women just because they follow these, manosphere YouTubers, I think everything's coming back to them because I believe that just because men like Kevin Samuels are leading men to kill black women, and I believe the universe is doing a favor by taking them out.
Okay.
And I believe that, Kevin Samuels, if he was really had sympathy about what he was saying, he wouldn't have still be there. He couldn't have, apologized to black women and, hold himself accountable, but he did not do that because him, humiliating black women online was making him money, and he ended up going mainstream on YouTube. And now the universe is saying, okay, enough is enough. We need to purge all the bad seeds off this earth, and Kevin Samuels was one of them.
Do you feel that anymore? Do you think there's going to be more that's taken out, like maybe a O'Shea Duke Jackson or a Fresh and Fit? Do you think that their time is coming?
I believe it's approaching. If they don't change their ways, and if they don't apologize and come to recommend, it's going to happen to them too. Because right now the universe is not. It's not playing. The spirit is not playing right now, and every man that has these followers, these followers follow them, and they're attacking women. If they don't take responsibility for what these men did with that subway shooting in Manhattan, these guys attacking black women on the street, they're going to get taken out just like Kevin Samuels and Dave Taylor was taken out.
Okay. So, any more you want to tell us? Tell the world while I have you.
That's basically it. I just want to let you know you have trolls in the chat, but that's basically it.
Okay, I'll be looking in the chat. One of my moderators isn't here. Okay, thank you so much, Diamond Princess.
You too. Bye.
Bye. Okay. Normally, listen, anybody new on here, you got to check out my channel. This is one of the most amazing channels you're ever going to come across. Right now, I'm not talking as much because there were a lot of numbers who have been calling. Somebody just sent in a voicemail. So I'm just letting the people speak. I'm letting the people speak tonight about what they feel about Kevin Samuels reportedly passing away. Give me a second. I'm calling another number right now that called in earlier. But yes, I'm definitely highly opinionated about a lot of things in the so-called black community. Most people love me, some hate me. You check out my channel. I'm a lot calmer than I used to be, I can tell you that. But I don't hold back. So you better check me out. Thank you for the love in the chat.
Your call has been forwarded to an...
All right, so that person isn't answering. Let's move on to the next call, a 513 number. Okay, give me a second, y'all. Make sure, before I even get these calls, make sure you get those likes up. It affects the algorithm. Okay, I notice a lot of new people in this chat. Welcome. I'm happy to see you. Again, check out my videos. I've been on here for a minute. I'm part of the BWE space, Black Women Empowerment. So this is not a so-called mammy type of channel, just so you know. I also talk about a variety of different things. Hello, this is Cerebral.
Hi.
Hello, how are you?
I'm doing fine.
As you can see, reportedly Kevin Samuels has passed away. What is your opinion about this?
I know. I just seen. At first, I didn't believe it, but I just seen it on Facebook where somebody put the report of Vlad TV. So I'm like, okay, if TMC or Vlad said that, I know it's real.
Were you a fan of Kevin Samuels?
No, I'm not going to say I was a fan. I agree with some things, and some things I disagree with, but I was subscribed to his channel, and I listened to his content. But what I don't like is that people are happy about it. I just think that's disgusting.
Okay, tell us why you think it's wrong to rejoice that this toxic man is off the earth.
It's wrong because it actually proves him right.
How so?
Especially if it's women doing it, because that's very, very evil. And when you really think about it, who would want to like somebody like that? Who's going to rejoice?
Well, I think that child rapists should die. I don't feel bad when they die.
But Kevin Samuel is not a child rapist.
I know, but actually, in one of his videos, which I saw, he did say that men did not need women, and that in Greece they would sleep with little boys. He implied that, well, we can survive because we have little boys that we can sleep with. And he even made a video telling a woman not to believe her daughter if she said, hypothetically, that, oh, I was looking at her out the shower. I mean, this guy was fucking sick. I'm not saying he deserved to die. I'm not rejoicing in it. If it's true, I think that it's just shocking thing. But I'm not crying tears over it. I don't feel like I've lost something, So, but I don't rejoice in people dying. But this man was definitely toxic, so I can see why some women are happy about it. Again, just like you, I did say that he has said things that were true sometimes about how men view women or relationships with women. But he also told a lot of women, you can't get shit, you don't deserve shit, you're too damn fat, you ain't all that, go back to the man beating your ass. Oh, who do you think you are to think you want something? You ain't nothing, you ain't young enough. I mean, this guy was some bullshit. But go ahead, continue.
Okay, that may be true, but he was just a man making his money, entertainment on the platform. He was just.
Yes, he also ruined he was also damaging to thousands and millions of black women and young black women's self-esteem. But okay, I'm not yelling at you. It might seem that way.
Okay.
Continue. This is your chance. I want the world. Everybody has a different opinion, and you have a right to share yours. So tell us some more how you feel.
Well, like I said, I just don't think just by him getting up there and speaking his mind and having an opinion, who cares if we don't like it, what he say? You know what I mean? Like, so what? That don't mean that you said you weren't happy, but that don't mean that people shouldn't be happy. They should be happy with themselves. I just feel like that really shows your heart. And like I said, to me, it proves him right. It proves him right. And shouldn't nobody want to wife anybody like that. If anybody happy about it today, they deserve to be lonely and single. And I see why. Basically, that's what it is. Oh, I see why. To me, they just made his point. That's all I'm saying. And I do feel bad. I mean, I'm not crying tears either, but my heart do feel bad, and it did get heavy just a few minutes ago when I seen the confirmation that he passed away, because it's sad. I mean, like I said, he's a brother.
Oh, don't do that brother stuff, because I don't give a damn if you a black.
Brother.
Okay, I was thinking in the black community, oh, my brother. I don't do my brother, my sister thing.
No, I mean, physical, biological brother. He was somebody's son. So those people right now are hurting. So I have empathy for them as well. You know what I mean?
Believe me, I get what you're saying, but I'm getting kind of upset because he said, I remember when he was speaking to that woman where he said, the reason why we shouldn't date women with children, even though most black men have children, they make babies with black women, then turn around and say, don't date the women with babies, what we keep making them single mothers. But then he told her, if she said I'm looking at her in the shower, you gonna choose her side over me. I'm somebody's son. That's how rapists actually talk. I'm sorry. Kevin Samuels was on some bullshit. This man was toxic. I'm not saying he deserved to die. No, absolutely not. But thank you for your call. I'm not saying that he deserved to die. I'm just saying I don't feel sad about it. I don't feel anything about it. This guy had a sick opinions. He really did. As far as what he said about go back to your abusive husband, I don't see black women getting beat. You're going to choose your daughter's side over mine if she says I was looking at her in the shower. Telling women there's no hope for you if you're over 35. He was talking, this is a community of men who don't even get married. Yet he always wanted to blame black women and the men in this so-called community. They don't even get married. They make babies everywhere. This guy was fucking delusional. Thank you so much. I'm going to take the next call.
Okay, thank you. Have a great night.
Thank you. Black women out there, stop being black male identified. Get some help. All right, so I have a lot of numbers called in. Let me call the next person. And again, you're free. If you was a supporter, you are free to give your opinion. A lot of people was not trying to hear that woman up in the chat. Okay? Okay. 516. Hello?
Yes, hi, hello.
Hello. How are you?
I'm great. How are you doing?
I'm okay. Just got a little bit riled up. What is your opinion about Kevin Samuels reportedly passing away?
Honestly, at first I didn't really believe it. I heard a lot of people were saying that, wait till TMZ or wait till the white media outlets confirm that he has passed. But as a community, we have to understand that the white media is not really that interested in the manosphere and people like that. So they're not going to pick up to someone they're not even that interested in looking up. Because another YouTuber mentioned this. They said I know Kevin Simmons had 1 million YouTube subscribers, but if the white media really was interested in him, they would have been, called him in the show and stuff like that. But we can tell that they was not interested. But let me ask, but the question is me, how I felt about Kevin Samuels being released. His passing. I felt kind of joyous. I felt kind of relieved, because I used to watch a lot of Kevin Samuels videos, believe it or not, because I wanted to see what was all the in and outs about. And there were some points I did somewhat believe, but majority of it was just asinine and just straight up BS, and a lot of the things he would say, he would degrade black women. It's not even his goal is to bring black people, black women together. But how are you? But in actuality, you're basically telling black women to lower their standards and accept any type of man that wants you. Basically,
yeah.
Whether he's gonna be abusive, whether he cheats on you, you just gotta take it.
He felt. Listen.
And you don't have any standards.
He felt that we need to be grateful if we can get a man. Honey, I'm not unattractive, and a lot of black women are not unattractive. I guess he forgot that some of us have options, and we don't even have to date black men if we don't want to. Some of us out here, a lot of us out here. So, okay, go ahead.
And speaking of black men, I'm on Twitter, and any of the people that are watching this right now, please don't fall for it, because a lot of black men are basically saying, "Oh, you're a sick person and you're celebrating Kevin Samuels' death. You're a sick person." No, you're not. No, you're not. He literally put fear onto black women. He literally told us that we are going to be completely useless by 35.
I know, that's ridiculous. When he said that, I had to laugh because why are you saying this and you are from a group of men that don't even get married? They don't marry. So it was just ridiculous. Let me take the next call.
No, all right. No
Hold on. Actually, just I'm gonna give you 3 more minutes. Go ahead.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. I just want the viewers to watch. Like, please be careful about these black men on Twitter that saying that you're terrible for, celebrating Kevin Steps. You're not. You're definitely not. Don't let these black men treat you like you're crap because you're celebrating his death when he did. He spent hundreds of videos basically degrading and saying how terrible we are, how we should not have standards just because we're single mothers or because we're over 30, because we're overweight. Like, what? It's like, I'm not even in my 30s. I don't even have kids. But you're talking to a group of women who get with black men who are notoriously known to abandon their children. So how are you going to say that we're the undesirables when you are the same boat? I bet you a majority of those subscribers are probably single fathers themselves.
Hold on. David Lone, why are you getting mad because we're saying black men? It's not racism. We're black women. Believe me, there's a difference between a lot of us and a lot of you. So yeah, I'm being very specific. Yeah, black men. I said it again, black men. Shit. Go ahead.
Thank you. And I'm also saying this, black women, you are not a terrible person for feeling a type of relief because even in the Bible, God, Jesus, they will get rid of people if they're doing too much. Jesus was not like the sweet, innocent hippie dude, y'all. We will all pretend. This dude was a savage. He will take out anybody that's causing too much harm to society. Some people just can't be saved, and unfortunately, Kevin Simmons was not that guy.
All right.
Mm-hmm. So don't, black women, when you want, like, report, like, black women, please. You have every right to feel relieved. You have every right to celebrate. This person did nothing but degrade you as a human being. Please take a rest, celebrate, and live your best life.
All right. Thank you so much. Let me take the next call.
Thank you.
All right. Bye.
Call from Brenda.
Oh, what happened? Okay, I'm going to call you back. It was New York number 347. Give me a second. Okay. I'm calling you back now.
Hello?
Hello, this is Cerebral.
Hello, this is Brandon. I think about, you talking about Kevin Samuel?
Yes. Speak up just a little bit, please.
Let me see. I should take it off the speaker.
No caller ID. The person calling me with no caller ID, please stop calling in. I'm on the phone with someone right now. Okay.
Can you hear me better now?
No. Speak. I need you to talk louder into the phone.
Can you hear me better now?
Yes, that's better. And turn me down in the background. There's an echo. Okay, that's better.
Okay. Yeah.
So
Kevin Samuel, I think we lose a good black man. I think I won't celebrate any black man death. And once again, I got all of my sisters are black, my brothers are black, and I don't like sometimes call on certain stuff about like black women, but it's not just black women. You talk about when you come to women being in their 30s, that's not just black women, white women, Chinese women. When you're 30, it's scientifically proven that it's going to be hard for you to get pregnant.
Actually, that is not true. Excuse me for 1 second. Excuse me. I am a 35, proud, young-looking woman. My life didn't truly even start until I got older. And I will say this. It has been proven because I showed the clip in the beginning of this video of a black doctor. So hold on. Excuse me. No. Not only that, but black women, we are fertile as shit. We are fertile as shit. Stop talking for a second. We as black women are fertile as shit. Even when we are in our 30s. I'm not no fucking old lady. I'm not even middle aged. I'm living my best life. And I'm tired of men in this society. Listen, I understand that in different cultures, such as, and even in Africa and in China, they try to shame women who reach you're fucking 25, oh, you're old. First of all, we as black women, we don't even fucking age like them other races of women. That's number one. We age very well. We're still fertile. And this community is not like other communities. The black community in America is one of the most fucking dysfunctional groups of people in the whole goddamn world. The men do not get. Let me finish. Kevin and men like Kevin, it's weird to me when they start talking leftover women. Oh, we ain't like other cultures. Number one, the men don't even get married when you're in your fucking 20s. So even if you're in your 30s, it makes no difference. They don't get married to black women at large and now want to act like, you see, we're trying to get married. Oh, with it. No, y'all, a lot of black men make babies everywhere. They don't support them. They make no money. Kevin even said the average black man only makes $40,000, which ain't shit. It can't even support a family. It can support one person. So he wanted black women to live in reality. You want a high value man? You're probably not going to get it if you're going to stay with a black man because we don't make no damn money. Be realistic. You don't look all that any damn way. You ain't a 7. You ain't an 8. What's your height? What's your weight? Oh, you had a child? You see, it's different in different other communities. Plenty of white men marry women who have kids. Plenty of white men marry women who are not super young. Kevin was full of shit. Okay? And I'm not going to be shamed as a 35-year-old woman. I didn't go out and make babies. I don't want to be a baby mama. I wanted to get married. I still want to get married. And I'm not a leftover fucking woman. I'm a good ass woman. I know how to clean. I believe in sexually satisfying my fucking man. I believe in being a good woman. And a lot of black men out here want to act like fucking children. They want to play around. They don't want to get married. And then when we turn 35 like me and we don't have a husband, supposedly there's something wrong with you. Oh, your value. Get the fuck out of here. I still have a menstrual cycle. I'm on my period right now. I can have a child.
I'm like, like I'm trying to have, a normal conversation, and you're coming off very angry. I'm not sure if you.
You know what? I have to admit. Listen. Hold on, I'm gonna even admit I know I did just now. I'm not even gonna say you're lying. You got me hyped up because it's so infuriating when some of you try to shame us because we're not 20.
No, I feel like you're mad at me, and I didn't say anything bad about it.
I'm not mad at you. I'm sorry, honey.
Yeah, because I was just saying, my sisters, my mom, like my whole family is black, and they look at Kevin Samuels, and they, my sister never, she never feel offended watching him, because my sisters are they're a beautiful part of society. They don't think like, oh, okay, Kevin Samuels is talking about me because I'm not good. I don't think. Like my mom watch him, I watch him, and I feel like, yeah, I do see sometimes some girls, some of the girls that he talk about, and it depends on the community, their support system growing up, So it's a lot when it comes to women and black men. A lot of times it's easy to try to stereotype us. Depends on where we grow up, our family, or what we're going through. So it's easy to just always look down at people at the bottom and say, oh, you're just broken. But when you would say that about people at the bottom, there are people at the top that do the same thing that people at the bottom, but they got no excuse. So I would rather say, okay, that person is in struggles, and I could see why maybe they got caught up in probably the wrong gangs, the wrong crowd. What do I got to say for somebody that actually went to private school? They had everything handed to them, and they're still at the same place as the person at the bottom. I would more like to question that family.
Okay, we're going a little off topic, and I do have a lot of calls. I want to tell you, I'm not yelling at you. I am very passionate. I have to stand up because it's getting ridiculous. I can't take a lot of the black so-called men in this community, whether you're in fucking America or not. It's so hard to take y'all seriously when y'all do everything opposite of what you say you want. Y'all don't get married. You make out of wedlock kids everywhere. A lot of you can't even read. I mean, and you're always trying to shame the women. This is ridiculous. I ain't even gonna say no more. You have said what you had to say.
It's okay, man. I think us. I just think we have a lot of I think we have a lot of love, and we need to grow as a community. I think if I see my sisters growing up, I want to bring her up. If I see my brothers growing up, I want to bring her up. And I'm not going to celebrate any of my brothers or sisters when they die. If they was living an unjust life, I might just say a price for that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to celebrate my brothers and sisters when they die. I'm sorry to say.
Let me ask you this though. You said you have sisters. Tell me, what would you say to your sisters when they only date black men and the black men will not marry them because they don't believe in getting married, and then they turn over 30 without a husband? Are you going to tell your sisters, "Oh, well, no one wants you now," or "Your value ain't nothing," even though she wanted to get married and the community she's in, these men do not get married? So what are you going to tell her?
No, my sister, if it's unfortunate for her not to get married, I know my sister, so I'm not going to be like, oh, she's a bad person, because I know she is not.
You know 35 is not old, right?
I know.
Okay.
But it's not even about, it's just, a lot of women are strong. It's not even about, the thing is it's about family. There's certain, I feel like as guys, certain guys want a family, certain girls want a family, and I think when it comes to starting a family, the younger you is, especially as a woman, it's unfortunate, the better it is to start your family. And that's okay. Like, sometimes you might get with a guy, or you might know somebody that already have kids. That's okay too. Maybe you already have kids, I already have kids, and we could get together, still have a happy family. But maybe you want to get with it's a choice. Right. If you want to get with somebody that have no kids, maybe you don't want to deal with somebody that have kids. Maybe you just want somebody fresh with your own kids.
I get what you're saying. And you know why you triggered me? Because I already can tell that Kevin had gotten to your mind a little bit. And it's like, it's just sad to me. And I also want to say, the community come together. It's a little bit of a done deal. I highly suggest black women, you do not have to only date black men. If you hear my voice, they are not your only option, especially if you look good and you can dress and you're feminine and everything. Honey, you do not have to just date black men. Black men been divested. Also, people taking up for Kevin. Kevin did a video where he showed a picture of a white princess, and he told black women that you can't be that. That's what he told black women, that the white woman was on a pedestal, and that she's the princess and not you. I saw the video.
I saw a video that Kevin was actually telling black women, like, oh, like, if you want to get, like, if you notice these little white girls that go to the gym and they bring, like, Tom cookies, and he's like, yo, us as black community women, we could do that for a man too.
Hold on, let me say this.
For these boys.
The truth is, hold on. Let me say this. I don't need to learn shit from no white woman because I'm already feminine. I'm everything that they say they want. Okay, but I'm not just gonna settle with any black man. The black man I talked to was terrible, and that's why I'm not with them. But I will say this: it doesn't matter what black women do. Even the best looking black women that y'all think look the best still don't get wiped up, because a lot of black men, they like to play the field. A lot of black men do not mature and everything like that. There are plenty of skinny and thick black women, and black men still make them baby mamas, don't respect them, and don't get married. I don't need to learn shit from no white woman. Let's be very clear, because I'm very feminine.
There's plenty of black men that want family. You gotta call that out. There's plenty of black men that want family.
The ones who do you know how many black men don't even approach women? They expect us to come marching to them.
All of my uncles, my dad, and stuff are married with black women, so I know this is what I grew up around. I know.
Okay. I'm gonna take the next call. Yes, there are some who want. Thank you.
Thank you.
I had to bring out the sword. I'm sorry, because listen, I've been on here for a while. I know bullshit when I hear it, and I'm not saying he didn't say some things that weren't true. But there are a lot of black men. I don't give a fuck what you do. You can be everything they want. I've seen it with women in my family. You can do everything right, and they still will walk over you. They will still cheat on you. They will still maybe make outside babies. They will still whoop your ass. I don't need to emulate no other race of woman as far as behavior. You hear me talking like this right now on here because I'm passionate. I know how to cook. I know how to treat my man. I rub backs and feet. I know all of that. I'm very feminine. I don't need to learn shit from no white woman. Maybe the black man needs to learn from the fucking white man how to be a man, some of them out there. Then maybe you could actually have a better group of women. Maybe if you created an environment where we feel like little princesses around you, which most of you don't, then maybe you would see something different. Black men are some of the meanest men walking. Hello?
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 Is this Cerebral?
Yes, and I'm not saying no black men don't be nice to me, but a lot of black men, you complain about the women don't smile, they're not soft and girly. Look where most black girls grow up. They don't even grow up around, y'all don't make them feel like a princess. Y'all don't cater to them. You don't bring out the softness in a lot of black women, and now you're running around shocked because they seem too hard. What do you think they go through? Hello? I'm sorry. What's your opinion about Kevin Samuels reportedly passing?
Yeah, no worries. No need to apologize at all. What you were saying, there's so many layers to the thing what you were just saying there. But I feel like, especially with black women, there's still a lot of work that we need to do when it comes to black male worship, and it's almost showing itself even in the light of his death. People are prefacing their comments with, "Oh, well, I don't wish harm or death on anybody," and I think we should kind of get away with the bullshit. This man was a misogynist. He was, in a lot of ways, sick. I would even go as far as saying sick. This is someone who had to go at some point because of the rhetoric that he was spewing and the garbage that he was injecting into the black community. Before he came around, we were already struggling as a community, men and women. But after him, you can see with the caller that you had prior to me coming on, they hold so tight to the values that he taught, and some of the values were narcissistic in nature, teaching people how to be narcissistic. And we're seeing the fruit of it. The men are entitled. They think they're the prize above women, and they feel entitled to tell women who they are and who they aren't, and what they can get and what they don't get. And this is disgusting. This kind of stuff doesn't go on in any other community. And I think as women, we should stop playing nice. I'm spiritual, so I do believe there's some kind of karmic nature to his passing. But we got to stop playing nice. Put ourselves first, put our own selves on a pedestal. He's gone, and I'm sure somebody else will try to take his throne, so to speak. But it is what it is. It is what it is. He injected a lot of dirt into the community, and someone like that, they kind of get what they deserve, and that's what I have to say.
Thank you so much. Okay? You too.
Yep, have a good evening.
Bye. Taqueem Hilton. From the photo, you look good. You look cute. But we're not doing no hookup on here. Oh my God. I know I went off on that man. I know I might even look back and say, damn, did I have to go off? You know why I did? Because he let Kevin Samuels get into his mind. Did you know in the Bible that I believe her name was Ruth? Hold on. I think in the Bible it was Ruth or I forgot her name. She was having a hard time having a baby. God blessed her womb, and she ended up getting pregnant when she was like 80 years old. As long as I have a period, I can get pregnant. Now I know about reality the older you get, but we're talking about black women. We are fertile as shit on average. We also age better than most women on average. So don't look at me like I'm some old fucking lady. Do I look old to you? Hell no. And stop trying to, again, the black men in this so-called community, how the fuck you gonna act all morally righteous and now you got all these standards when you don't even get married to nobody. You'll date a woman for 5 damn years, get her pregnant, and don't marry her. I mean, it's ridiculous with what I see. I'll take y'all ass more seriously when I see something different and better going on with y'all on how you treat black women. He was trying it, as nice as he tried to sound. Let's see who this is. I'm gonna take this call. Hold on. Now I'm having an issue. Hold on for a second. Okay, I tried to accept the call and it didn't go through. Okay, let me see. I've had a few missed calls. Give me a second. Um, Give me a second, y'all. See, this is why I have to calm down. What y'all saw was a little bit of old school. So, thank you, Taqueen. I had to calm down some. It's very upsetting.
Hello?
Hi, this is Cerebral.
Oh, hi, Cerebral.
Hello.
Yes, I just wanted to call in and talk about the whole Kevin Samuel situation. I'm actually, at first I thought it was fake. I didn't believe it. I didn't think it was real, but a lot of people are saying it has been confirmed. And I just want to say, let this, I know black men not going to listen, but let this be a lesson. He spewed so much hatred and just disgusting rhetoric towards black women, and he had a hatred for single mothers, and he died on the cusp of Mother's Day weekend. And it's just the irony of it all is amazing. And I just also want to say this to black women. Black men are reaping what they sow. And it's just, I'm still in shock. I'm still in shock about all of this being true.
I'm shocked too. Because someone literally, there was an article about 2 or 3 days ago that said, when will Kevin Samuels be canceled? Literally, if you type in on Yahoo News, Kevin Samuels, you'll see that article. Literally,
I saw that.
I said,
I saw that when I was looking up if he had died. I saw that article. When will he be canceled?
yes.
I saw that.
And I said, oh my God. And within days, he's dead. I said, oh my God. So.
I just, this is just all just so incredibly amazing. Like, I can't believe that he died on Mother's Day. And then with all this women's rights being toyed with, messed with, the Roe versus Wade, they're trying to overturn that, and just the hatred he had for single mothers, and the hatred he had for black women in particular. It's all so disgusting, and it's just crazy. God don't like ugly. And I'm not celebrating his death. I'm not going to celebrate him dying, because I have a respect for the dead, and you don't celebrate death because, death can happen to anybody at any time. But I'm not shedding no tears, and I'm not, I'm not shedding any tears for him, and I just kind of feel like this is happening to black men. Black men aren't even living to see 60. They're not even living to see 60. And they're telling black women how we're gonna die alone, single. Oh, and thank you so much for getting into for letting that man know that 35 is not old.
I know.
I'm not there yet, but I'm getting there. I'm getting close. I'm in my late 20s, and 35 isn't old at all.
I know. It's not even middle age.
Exactly. It's like, what's old about 35? Are you kidding me? And these men say, oh, if you're over 25 and unmarried, you're old, or whatever Kevin Samuels used to say. And it's like, how many black men do you know in their 20s are marrying?
They're not.
Black women, white women, or anybody.
So
They're not.
they a lot of black women want black men. The black men refuse to marry in their 20s, so these women are left single. Then when they reach their 30s and they're feeling great, they look great. Oh, I can't marry you now because you've reached 30 something, but you wasn't marrying me when I was in my 20s. So what the fuck? That's why I said, honey, date other races of men. Stop. The culture is just trash. Just please date other races of men. I mean, if you want to date a black man, you can, but I think Kevin felt like the black man is the only option. I get approached by men not black. I've dated men not black. Maybe for a woman that you think is unattractive, but attractive black women don't have an issue pulling men.
No problem. We have no problems. I have no problems attracting all races of men. I actually get approached more by other races of men than I do black men. So I don't know where they get this thing that we can't, attract other races of men. It's just black women for years have been race loyal. I've been dating out for about 2 years now, and it has been amazing. And I also want to say to the man that was calling in and, you have to tell him that 35 wasn't old. I also want to tell black women to extend their options earlier. Don't wait. 35 is not old, but start dating out younger. You don't have to wait until, you're in your 30s to date out. You see a man that's another race and you find him attractive and he is checking all the boxes, date him, when you're younger. Date out sooner. Because black men been dating out.
Yes.
You see them dating out in high school, junior high.
Thank you.
So it's just like, why are black women waiting until their 30s to date out? And you're going to date out in high school. I mean,
Thank you.
They're already doing it.
And I used to see it in my school. To that man, Champagne Marlowe, you said we got more options. A lot of you black men date nothing but lower class white women. Every time I go to Walmart, I see you with them raggedy ass looking white women. Y'all not pulling no fucking dimes and shit like that. Black women, when we date out, we actually get men that have something, that believe in taking care of their damn kids. We don't live a miserable life. And I'm not saying, let me be clear, I'm not dissing all white women and other races. A lot of women are beautiful. Like I said before, the truth is that a lot of black women, we take care of ourselves. We age very well. We don't even look our age. I have people that don't even believe my age. So stop trying to make black women think it's hopelessness for them and stuff, because there are a lot of beautiful black women who can get any man they want, who are beautiful. So stop the bull crap. Okay?
Yeah, absolutely beautiful. I mean, I'm 29, and let me tell you, people are like, "How are you 29? Like, you look nothing there." And let me tell you, I take care of myself. I work out. I drink water. I moisturize, and I still look very young. And my mother, we're Nigerian. I'm Nigerian. Nigerian women, African women, black women are known to get pregnant later too. I mean, we have no fertility issues. We are extremely fertile. Well into their 30s, even into their 40s, they're still naturally conceiving children. So this whole your eggs, and this is like not for black women. We are still very fertile in our 30s, and some of us in our 40s. A lot of us in our 40s still.
Yes.
So this whole black women. R.I.P. to Kevin Samuels. I'm not shedding any tears, and this is probably the most I'm going to talk about it. But I just want black men to know the hatred you put out is the hatred you'll get back. So I'm not surprised at him. I'm not too surprised that Kevin Samuels, passing away, because he put out so much hatred out into the community. It was disgusting.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right.
Bye.
Bye. So many good calls. So many good calls. The days of making black women think there's no hope, you must settle with me, is over. Like I said, plenty of beautiful black women don't have issues attracting men. Plenty of black women are feminine. But if you're not acting right, you're not going to see that side. Hello?
Hey, how you doing? My name is Jeffrey.
Hello, Jeffrey.
How you guys doing tonight?
I'm all right.
Ma'am, I was just trying to figure out, why do y'all keep saying black men and just all black men are classified with what he's saying? I don't think every black man agrees with him. I didn't, most definitely did not agree with him. But I'm not feeling happy that he's dead or nothing like that either.
I don't stereotype all black men, but when I say black men, I'm usually talking about the collective. There's a sprinkle of some decent ones, but I'm talking about the collective. The same way black men, they don't usually differentiate between black women. They lump us all together. I've had men attack me. They don't know anything about me. I'm very much a homemaker. I'm very affectionate. I cook. I love my man if I have a man. And I didn't settle, which is why, I'm not married right now. I'm not settling. I made sure not to have out of wedlock kids. I never had an abortion. And I'm a good woman. But according to a lot of black men, we're all no good. And I should just settle for anything I can get, according to some of these black men. So, okay, continue. All right, that call dropped and someone else was calling in that might have made the phone call drop. And I don't know what that number was because there's a lot of numbers. Okay. Let me see these numbers. Give me a second. Because I want everyone who called to get their chance to speak. I'm going to call someone who called in earlier. Okay, I'll take this call. Okay, give me a second. See. Hold on, I'm trying to get you on speaker and there's something popped up on my screen. Just give me a second, don't hang up. Thank you, Brandy, in the chat. Why do I have to explain? I don't have to explain, but okay, this thing has popped up. Okay, now I can talk to you. Hello? From Florida?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so honestly, hey, how you doing? First and foremost,
I'm okay. A little riled up, but I'm okay.
honestly, I see this whole situation is like kind of just bad looking on the women callers that have called in or already, and some of the people on Black Twitter. That's already not a really good place to go. Honestly, to get some good opinions on community and politics and topics, because it's just filled with a whole bunch of very, very like toxic people, and I don't think people should surround themselves with people from Black Twitter. Not saying everybody who goes on Black Twitter are bad, but it's a majority of toxic people that's on that site. I mean, that's on Black Twitter. Just like the same people I say stay away from the FDS of Reddit. Now, for the women that called, I honestly I am baffled by the ludicrous thing they had to say. Like, he deserved to die because of the way he was tearing down the community, which is the dumbest shit ever. The guy literally spoke ad nauseum about improving his community. He just didn't like the way that a lot of people were presenting it in the media. So yeah, was he rude to a lot of the women that spoke to him and came on this channel? Yes, but he never forced them to come on. They came on willingly, every single one, and they know.
That is true as well.
Huh?
No, I said that is true as well. I mean, the way, no one, I don't understand why a lot of women were calling in and then coming on knowing he was going to roast their ass. But go ahead.
Well, but we know why. They wanted clout. It's the same thing when people go on Myron from Fresh and Fit and purposely be rude to him so he can kick them off. They get more views when they get kicked off or when they get dropped from a Kevin Samuels phone call. So, like, we might say that, yeah, people will not want to deal with them, but Myron from Fresh and Fit, he even admitted that he had a girl on his channel, right? And he was telling her, like, yo, listen, you might be very sexy and everything. Guys might like kiss your boobs and stuff like that, but you're very rude and I don't like you. And the thing is, he even told him, like, hey, don't ever deal with guys like that. He said ad nauseum on his channel, don't simp. But he even said that the girl messaged him back and said her following jumped up like 200% after she got on Fresh and Fit. Even the fact that he says do not follow people like that. But she even admitted it to him. So the thing about it is, those women, a lot of them did come on for clout, but there were some ones that actually wanted some decent advice. But two,
Fresh and Fit are not people to give no damn advice. Okay, I didn't forget what they did to that black woman.
Cool. That's your opinion.
Yes.
So the fact of the matter is, if this is not a hoax and Kevin Samuels actually is confirmed to be dead, I find that just absurd that these people are, in a sense, saying that he deserved to die because he basically was, in a sense, rude to the women online. I find that just unbearable. That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Like, what? So everybody that attends any and everybody that says something toxic to somebody online deserves to die? Because last time I checked, that's like most of America. I've ever heard. And the fact that these narratives just keep getting pushed on this YouTube space, we already know what it's for. It's for clicks and views. Like it's like the women that attend these spaces just can't listen to anything else except when it's controversial. That's why these channels do so big, because if you can promote the idea that there's a bunch of black men that are out to get you, yeah, it's gonna do views. So I just find that completely ludicrous.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm out of breath. I just got the word.
Let me ask you this. What do you think about Kevin Samuels when he said men don't really need women, we can sleep with the little boys like they did in the Roman times? What do you think about that?
Honestly, I've never heard that before you told me, so that just sounds completely like just wrong in all accounts. Because if anything, all I've heard Kevin Samuels promote on this channel was that, yeah, I'm an honest man. I want these people to improve, and I don't sugarcoat it. But I've never heard this one. Like, has he really said that?
Yes. What do you think about him saying that black women over exaggerate getting abused by their men physically?
I think there is a degree of women that do over exaggerate it. But at the same time, I don't really know the numbers. I'm not going to pretend I really know the numbers of people getting abused. It's just that because we're in the space right now where the numbers can literally come from anywhere, and people will say it's verified. It's really hard to get the numbers on people.
Well, you know, black women are the most abused women in this country. We're also murdered the most out of any race, and yet we're a minority. We get killed every 5 to 6 hours. Shout out to Rosa, the woman of black femicide, on Facebook.
Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. Honestly, if we're talking about Kevin Samuels, like, does he promote the idea that you should tear down black women? No, he does it, but that's only because they come onto his channel asking for advice. So when it comes to, yeah, do we have a problem in the black community when it comes to, you know, abuse or whether or not killing our spouses? Yes, but the fact of the matter is, I don't think he was promoting any of that. That's not something he was promoting. That's not something he was trying to do, try to tear down his own people. Like, he's never done that. Like, that's not really something he's promoted. So
I remember. I specifically remember when he showed a picture of the white princess from Beauty and the Beast and told black women, you can't be her. Bitch, fuck you. But not you, but him with that shit. So, okay, I'll give you 2 more minutes. I'm gonna, cause it's getting late and I want to call these people back because I don't, know if they'll answer the phone. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, well, honestly, in that case, it could have been interpreted wrong. It could have been a case of whether or not she was actually somebody who was worthy of being a wife. I don't know what he meant by that. But honestly, honestly, I never agree with all Kevin Samuels' points. But if we're gonna like talk about somebody, like, it's in a sense that as soon as they die, if somebody deserves to die, like, I just don't think that's necessarily fair. Like, if we found out Kevin Samuels this whole time was a convicted rapist, then yeah, I probably would understand most of the hate. But because we haven't heard that, like, this is just weird. Like, I can't believe the level. Like, it's this space that it's a perpetual loop of people just coming in with very negative opinions on negative opinions, and then thinking every other black man is out to get you, every other black woman is out to get you. Like, there's a reason, like I said, why this stuff blows up so much. Because we won't sit down and be like, hey, there's not going to be everything we do agree with. There's going to be some things we do agree with. But we have to come to a compromise. Not everybody's going to be happy, but we come to a compromise.
I get it. Everybody is free to have different opinions, and you should respect that and not wish death on them. But that man has some very toxic opinions. But I'm going to call the next person. So thank you. Bye. And Kevin did say what he said about them boys. I saw the video, and then he said we need to advocate for men being with men, and I understand the urge. You know, he did say that. And if he was gay, I mean, he could have just came out the closet if he was gay. You know, I don't hate gay people. All right, I'm calling a 336 number back. All right. Hopefully this person will answer. Okay.
Hello?
Hi, this is Cerebral.
Oh, hi. Oh, my gosh. Look, I was about ready to hang it up for the night. I was like, oh, I can't take no more of these guys. Where are they
Girl.
coming from defending this monster? You know, women called his show honestly looking for advice. And they were puzzled. And for a long time in our community, we don't hear the men speak. It just baffles us because their actions is just so bizarre. And then you finally hear a guy on the surface, he seems decent, he seems respectable, or kind of like maybe the fashionable, high value class guy that we want. So yeah, we want to know what are you men are thinking. And then he just comes with this hate and this disgusting rhetoric, and I just feel like the silver lining in his death, the positive side of this, is that those women who were looking for that, they can actually see how Kevin Samuels actually lived, you know, and how he was possibly catfishing his audience. I'm really interested in seeing later on. They didn't even have burial insurance, you know, high value. Let's see if a GoFundMe page is going to pop up. Let's see how his family's going to actually handle that. And then for his rhetoric of telling younger women to get with older men, like around his age, why would you leave a 20-something-year-old woman alone to plan a funeral by herself? You know, it's just... he was just so backwards. It's just...
My thing is, I'm not totally against dating an older man. I've done it. But I will only date an older man if he has his shit together and he can provide for me.
Right. Yes. But I mean, at the same time, to be 19, 20, 21 with a 50-something-year-old man, come on. Like, especially the kind of man Kevin Samuels promoted, and to find out that he wasn't really that guy either. You know, so I think it would be a good eye-opening experience for these ladies to know that, hey, this high-value black man thing that Kevin Samuels and all these men on the internet are talking about, that does not exist. Ladies, like you made a great point earlier with that caller about marriage and being the age thing, being younger in that young ladies.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, when you're 20 and you are gorgeous, beautiful, you're in your prime. Well, really not really even in your prime, but you're just getting there. If you want to get married that young, you should probably look outside of marriage, outside of your race. You really should. Because you could be perfect. You could do everything right. You could look right, have your career, educated, all this good stuff together, and a black man will still not
marry
and marry you. He will not. Ladies, it's it's like, and it's surprising that we need to hear it from Kevin Samuels' mouth, but his death, by him now not having a voice, hopefully that brings some clarity to some people, especially as, you know, with his passing, you know, people can get a chance to more about his personal life and details. I'm sure will come out in the blog, and they will get to see how he really lived and what is this high value bull crap that he's got women on the show asking, where is this unicorn good black man? And baby, they are far and few. And if there is a good apple in the dumpster, will you jump in the dumpster and try to look for that one good apple? No. Just go somewhere where they got a whole bunch of fresh ones. You might have a few bad apples in the bunch, But the black community, black men, at this point, they are the dumpster. They may have one or few that might be decent, but is it even worth going through that? You know, it's not worth it on the toll on your body, your emotions, your mental state, your finances. It's just not worth it.
You know, and I used to hate, hearing them do this, black woman, do this, do that. Why am I doing all this for a man who don't even make $50,000 a year? I mean,
right, and it's like every year they change the goalposts. It's like first, I'm like your age, Ramol, and I can remember when I was in my 20s, it was all about what do you bring to the table? What do you bring to the table? Black girl magic, black girl magic. So, I'm running out, I'm building businesses, I'm getting myself together. I'm just overachieving to the point where I probably didn't even have time to really focus on being this docile woman that they want now. Because then 10 years ago, it was all about, what's your side hustle? What's your business? You gotta have a business. What are you into? What do you bring to the table? And now you hear 10 years later, now it's like, well, we don't want PhD sisters no more. We don't want business boss chicks no more. Like, what kind of
Hold on, let me address something. Listen, I know I pissed off the men just now. I see y'all in this chat going off on me. I'm not saying that every black man don't make 50,000, but on average, most black men make enough to just take care of themselves and not a family. I don't have to jump through hoops and act like I'm competing for something that's so grand. And listen, I have some black men that's trying to get with me right now. Hold on, excuse me. Let me say this. I do have black men that's trying to get with me right now who have decent ass jobs. So I'm not saying they don't exist. The older I get, the more it's likely they'll have kids. I accept that with most men of any race. I'm not putting y'all all down, but let's be honest. You got a lot of black men out here who want us to crawl on our knees and beg, please marry me. Please, I'm desperate. Please. I mean, we're not all desperate like that. The fuck?
Right. And you know what? And even I've learned the more money he makes, the harder it is for him to part with it anyway. So it's like, okay, so big whoop-de-whoop. Okay, you make pretty good money. Well, do you even have the mindset? Does he even have it in his heart and in his character to care, to want to share, to give it, they're tight, they're stingy, they're mean, and it's just not worth it, ladies. It really isn't worth the trouble. Even with a man who makes the money, look at how these celebrities. If these celebrity women are getting treated terrible, and they're the cream of the crop. A lot of times, very gorgeous, successful black women.
They only want to date black men, and that's why they single. That's exactly. I had a whole video on it.
Not even they could get one.
Because they refuse to date out their race, and they fucking hitting 50, still waiting on a black man, and it's sad to see. You see it with Ashanti, Vivica Fox, Maya. I know some of you'll say Maya ain't black. Y'all know what I'm saying.
And look at Eve. Look at Eve. Look at Sierra. These women are in the guts. These women are over 30. I think Eve is over 40, and she just had a baby. Beautiful baby. Nice man, rich. Like she's living her life, but she didn't settle for Dusty. She didn't keep running after these rappers. So if some of these gorgeous, banging, beautiful bodies, no kids, successful careers, if they have a hard time getting a black man who is equally paid as her or even more, to at least give her some respect.
Thank you.
Kevin Samuel's full of shit.
Thank you. All right.
You're welcome, and thank you for calling.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Bye. Flash one in this chat. I don't know why you getting mad at me. I know my worth. Don't be mad at me because I don't have low self-esteem and I'm not begging on the nutsack of every black man that seems interested. I also want to say to Lady Walla, I don't care if it's not the 1950s. I'm old school. Men and women, there are things that don't change between men and women. And Black women will feel this way, but yet in other races and other communities, these women get to be provided for by their man. I'm not one of these proud Miss Independent women. I have hobbies. I do things that bring me income. I have my hobbies and stuff, but I believe in a man providing for his woman. I will never stop believing that. I will never be the man of the relationship and paying all his bills and be put into a masculine role. And some things just don't change. I don't care if it's the year 2080. I'm still going to feel the way I do. The black woman deserves the right to rest in her femininity and actually feel like a woman, how a woman should be treated and catered to by her man. And some man said earlier, "Oh, I'm crazy for talking about being treated like a princess. This is not a fairy tale." See, that's what's wrong. The black woman is not allowed to think of fairy tale love. We have you know what I'm saying? You're right. You're right. I'm not a princess. I'm a queen. And my king, you want to be a king? You act like a king. And then you'll get king treatment and we'll make little princes and princesses. I'm not with even some of these women up on YouTube. I might talk about it later. Trying to make the black woman feel it's too delusional to want more. You don't deserve anything. Oh, just take what you can get. You should just be lucky. Take the crumbs. So what you did this and that? Oh, so what? Now, I'm not going to say there aren't women. Like I said, there were women who came on Kevin Samuel's show. I said, why would you come up on here looking a hot ass mess? Your hair ain't done. You ain't got on no makeup. You know damn well he going to roast the shit out you. You got tattoos everywhere. You know what's going to happen. But there's something called a makeover. There's hope for all women. Okay? And you don't have to just stay in the so-called black community, honey. Wake up. You don't have to suffer. And if there's any work you need to do on the inside as well, therapy, your personality, any anger, then get work on it. But it's never too late. And I didn't like that that's kind of being pushed towards black women. That's also why I went off on that man, because I'm tired of it. Oh, I agree, Lady Walla. Lady Walla, I agree. We do not have to beg for any man for marriage. I agree.
Please leave.
Okay. Let me call the next person back. I'm getting these calls because it's lit tonight. Okay, give me a second. All right. Hey, Sadia Shabazz. And yes, the Shabazz related to Malcolm X and his people. Yes, y'all, she's in the chat. Hey, Art of Aries. Hey, everybody in the chat. You said you can't have a fairy tale with majority of black men. Hold on, something popped up on my screen. You'll get nightmares instead. The whole thing, don't be a princess, don't dream. You, as a black girl, you grow up hearing other races of women say, when I was little, I dreamed of my wedding day. Black women, little girls think of that too. Unfortunately, it never comes half the time. A lot of black women dying of broken hearts because they were busy waiting for a black man to wipe them up. Hello?
Oh.
Hi.
You remember I was on your panel when we were talking about the black man dying early?
Hello?
You remember? Yes. Remember I'm from New York City, remember I was telling you? Telling you that there was a black man from 50 years old coming in, never married, and having to have their bumpers down as emergency contacts.
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah, do you remember that show? Yes.
Girl.
I guess winter came early, right?
Yeah, it did.
Let me tell you something, okay? Yes, we should not rejoice people's death or whatever, okay? But at this point, for a man to really promote disrespect to us, disrespect to older women, disrespect to your daughter, kids, I mean, it's just really, really ridiculous. And to see these men walking around supporting I don't want to curse because I want you to get whatever, the F freak. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
It's just really and truly ridiculous. When I heard today, I wasn't sure, whatever, but now with confirmation, I'm like, do I feel any way? Should we really feel away? And to hear these women calling saying about it's and Rachel, so you know what? Go sit down. Go sit down, okay? Because you're the same one that would sit there and condone the F-freak from these whack-ass men that is here promoting to kill us and to disrespect us and don't have no respect. I don't know what's wrong with them. And it's like with most black men, they don't understand that people are watching. They don't even have the spirit of discernment to see how stupid they are. And you know the New York City bomber guy, right? You know he was a follower.
Oh yeah.
He was a follower, and then Cynthia G had a video a few weeks ago about you know that he was in the LE magazine.
He was?
Yes. Go into Cynthia G's she made a video a few weeks ago about he made it into the LE magazine, and they said the CIA and FBI was looking at the manosphere as a hate group.
A lot of them are.
To everything. Oh yes. So I think, and then I noticed that since that bomber, that New York City bomber guy, he was a follower to a lot of the manosphere channels, I noticed that they started toning down their tone. So we don't know if that could have contributed to the stress or what happened. Because if you're going against women and children, what do you expect? And you know, let me just tell you this way, because I'm a little older. I'm middle age, and you know, if I lived in the 80s and the 90s and whatever with the men, most of these black men they don't get married. They don't get married, and then they want to talk about black women this, black women that, this and that. That we're all of this. They're very immature. It's like all they want to do is just have a woman. They want like a mother-son relationship. No, we're not your mother. Then you complain you want this. Oh, yeah, I want too much. Then it's just dissing you about your weeds. It's like it's always something with them.
Hold on, give me one quick little second, because the chat is moving quick. Let me say one thing to Charm Countin McDonald. You said it's time for us to come together and stop pointing fingers. I'm sick of it. I'm not for the kumbaya stuff with a lot of black men. Black men started this shit. They embarrassed us. They don't get married. They drag black women for having their kids. And I don't support having a bunch of kids everywhere by different men. But no, I'm not for the therapy and healing thing with them. Let them do what they want. Continue to talk your shit. You gonna get it coming back to you. And we moving on. The black woman is looking out for herself, and I'm not interested in fixing no fucked up community that is beyond repair, in my opinion. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, but this is what I'm saying. They always blaming us. Like, can we get pregnant by ourselves? Can we get pregnant by ourselves? Tell me. They sit around. They don't want to marry. Now you notice the trend. Now, did you see the two pastors? Did you hear about the two pastors that decided to marry, had their girlfriend for 20 years? They're pastors, and they decided now in their 60s now to get married.
I thought that was shameful.
Very shameful. Very shameful. You're gonna tell me that when you and also I want to say this before I forget. Always remember this, ladies. We women will always have a hole. Okay. All right. So when we 80 years old, all we have to do is lay on our back and put our feet up. It's the men that need to worry about their things. Okay. And a lot of them don't go to the doctors. They don't have health insurance to go check their prostate. They have high blood pressure pills that make their things limp. And then they want to talk about we have problems. 35, you're too old. No, you're too old. You need to go watch yourself. Trust me. A lot of people, I work in healthcare and I see people there. They have high blood pressure. When they're on those pills, the diabetic pills, they think flop. It's flop. They can't
There was a report saying black men, younger and younger, are having problems down there, and I'm like, if you got problems down there, it's gonna be hard for you to keep a woman, because I'm not putting up with it. You better get some Viagra or something that works.
Exactly. But they talking about that's what the ladies remember that I said. Remember the girl on Circle tell you as they get older, they cocky flop. Okay, we're the one we always would have a home. Okay. So we could go get a 20-year-old and get out. We can get a 30-year-old. They're the ones who have to worry about. No, don't let them fool you about you're too old or whatever. Get the hell out of here, please.
Taquim, I don't care how good you eat the box. If that shit don't work down there, I can't deal with you.
Yeah, that's the one that gets there, please, whatever. That's part of the thing, whatever. They just too ignorant. They don't look at the community. They want to blame. And then now everybody's so funny because the white men and the Asian men are looking all that stuff at that kind of stuff. They see. At first it was our problem. Now they see it because they're exposing themselves. And they're getting pissed. Like the flop and sour guy. The one who talk about I don't date darkies and he's looking like a bulldog. You talk about you don't date darkies, but you're looking like a straight old bulldog. You see how old he look already? He's just like 30 years old. He look way older than that. But you can imagine when he turns 40. You think anybody want to go see his mush up face when he get older? It is too much. And I told you I worked in healthcare, and I told you in Harlem area.
Hold on 1 second. I done told you do not put those type of emojis. I don't do that. Okay? Go ahead.
You remember I told you that I work at the hospital in New York City over there when I used to work there, and I told you all those guys, all the men that were coming in for registration. White men come in. Who's the emergency contact? My wife over there 20 years. My wife over there for 30, 40 years. Okay? The Asian man comes. His wife, he has his kids, whatever. Indian man come in. He comes in. That's his wife. He has his kids. Black man comes in. Always alone. Who's the emergency contact? Mother. Are you married or single? I'm single. Okay. That's majority of them. 40, 50 years old coming in alone, never married, have your mother as the emergency contact. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And I noticed the trend, and I've noticed that trend 15 years before I got on YouTube and watching all of this. This is why when your show came on, and when you see, remember all the ladies, that social worker said she worked in long-term care? They said that somebody I saw their commentary, and they said that he didn't even have a next to kin. He's 50 years old, and he didn't have a next to kin. And at that age, you shouldn't have a wife.
Yeah.
You need to have a significant other. Because when you marry, the wife is going to tell you, go to the doctor, check your pressure, check your prostate, especially for prostate. Number one kicking black men. Okay? They don't have the wife telling them that. You're not married, you can't even be on your wife's health insurance. So how you on the doctor? And this is why I say, ladies, when you start to have sex with them, you tell them that you want to see their mind chart. You make sure that before you lay down, they go take the STD test. Because a lot of them don't have insurance and they out here banging, having unprotected sex, and they want to come into you. You better go check them. Tell them, show me your mind chart app. And you're supposed to show their whole health history up. You want to see that before you lay down with them. No, don't settle.
Okay.
They're not worth it. They're not worth your time. They're not worth your mental health. Okay? They're out here it's all game. They just want to sit around, look cute in some new Air Force or Jordans and have their Xbox. Okay? And even a little 50-year-old.
Okay.
And I'm going to tell you a story real quick. There's this guy. He looked like he was like a big timer from back in the days, right? And I met him through a friend. And I'm not going to say no names because he hangs around with a lot of famous people. So this happened like 2 years ago. So dude tried to, he hollered at me and stuff like that. And, I was kind of like, let me just see what he's about. Remember, he's like 52, 53. So this was like 2 years ago. And he was there, that age, boom. dressed nice. You know, he's one of those guys. Talking to him, he was playing the little boys game. And when I saw that he was playing the game, I'm like, look at this big old 50-something-year-old man, and he's playing these games. Like he thinks he's 20 something. I cut him off. And then he's been sitting there with chasing me. Why are you ignoring me? And I told Connie, I said, let me tell you something. I don't have time for your games. If you want to go out here and play around, you go right ahead. Go. He got mad at me because I stopped dealing with him.
You know, I talked to an older man before, and he acted just like a 20-something-year-old. The same games, you know, it was ridiculous.
Yeah, like this people hide and seek life. And I just like right there, I just think, you know what? I'm not dealing with. I just made up my mind. I'm 45 years old, so he's like a couple of years, you know. But I'm just trying to tell you that he has the same mentality of like a little 20-year-old trying to be a player. You're trying to be a player at your time when you're supposed to be settling down and get your health insurance and you know, no, they wanted to be out there, be known, get your attention. And then they want young girls, but you ain't got nothing to help out any young girls. So
I just think any man that is that's older, to think that a woman should give her youth to you, have babies, and you might croak soon, and you don't have any money to provide is ridiculous.
Not even health insurance, not even like they said, the family's apartment. They said that the apartment wasn't in his name.
Really?
But he high value, and you know they said he was working at Sephora in Atlanta. Selling perfume. That's why his channel started out selling cologne. And these niggas are out here following him. So you're following a high value man, okay? And he used to work at Sephora selling perfume. Get the hell out of here.
Word on this. I mean, there have been rumors about his sexuality. He's in Atlanta. Some people even think he might have died of you know what. Someone just said in the chat earlier, they're saying that it was a cocaine was the reason for the heart attack. They did say it was an accidental death. When I think of accidental, I think of accidental drug overdose or something.
Yeah.
But I don't know for sure. So this is allegedly. I don't know for sure.
And I feel a lot of truth is going to come out, and these dudes are going to be sitting here tight-lipped like the ones in the chat, and you shouldn't be rejoicing. But I mean, like he was condoning child molestation. You're going to tell me you with a woman, and you're going to tell a woman to believe you over your daughter?
Yeah, I did not like that. It was horrible. He, you know.
Hitting me with that, and these Negroes are out here supporting that. You understand what I'm saying? They're supporting that. Tell me. And them little families calling in. Hey, you know that they're posting out. Let me say something. Those women especially that woman that saw earlier, she's the same one that would sit up there and have Kim Sam touching up her daughter, and her daughter would come to her. She would ignore it. Okay? So let all of them go sit with him. Okay? And you want to talk about you disrespecting women or the older elders don't pick up no single woman and all this crap. And like, really? I mean, the man is ridiculous. I mean, recipe for him, but you know what? It's nothing to me.
All right.
It is nothing to me. And the more they disrespect black women, the more it's going to come out to them. So that's what they need to know. They need to go sit back and reevaluate their life and look around. Look at your neighborhood. Why none of them don't know any trade to go fix up and paint and do things? They're not doing that.
Thank you. They blame the white man. It's always the white man's fault, you know, or the black woman's fault.
Oh, you have no sense of it. Especially I'm trying to country guys. Them country guys are, I used to live in the South, and I noticed that the guys from the South, they kind of a little bit backwards. They live in a little town where there's like really no opportunities, and the girls that they have there be going around, and they would think the whole world are all black women like that. Some of them never even come out their town, and you know what I mean?
Hold on now. We got Keith Thomas. Keith Thomas in the chat said, like that woman, y'all are proving him right. Look at how y'all are talking about someone that's passed. Shaking my head.
Tell him to to go find the nearest Lakers around himself because he don't even know what he's talking about. Because look how many black, did you know that in Detroit, a black man dosed his baby mother, carrying twins for him with gasoline?
I heard about that. That was horrible.
What about the black man that just shot his stepdaughter in the head because he was trying to touch her?
I heard he raped her. I heard they found her with her pants down.
Okay. Okay. Tell him to go talk about that. Okay? How many more news? What about the little guy that shot his baby mother, newborn, a week-old baby mother, and threw the baby in the river? Come on, let's go. What about in Florida? Mother sat there with her daughter, taking them swimming in the Jewish center, and he came there and murked.
Girl, I heard about that too.
In Florida. Tell him. The same one. Tell him. All right? Come on, talk about that. What do you have to say? Tell him to write in the chat. Tell him what's the explanation to that? Huh? I want him to send that explanation to that. Come on. We got more news. What else I have to say? There's so many. There's a girl that died not far from me. Picked up one of these guys. He stabbed her in her head and stabbed her 6-year-old daughter in the head.
No one talks about us getting killed, you know. I mean, we do on this channel, but the black men don't talk about it.
So tell that nigga right there. Tell him right in the chat. Tell me what about that. And you're going to have somebody go promote danger to black women and child? Okay? Tell him to explain that. Tell him I want a PowerPoint presentation if he knows how to do one about explanation of why we should not be happy for this animal to go disrespect black women. Okay? Just because he wasn't man enough and he was too feminine, a damn cheerleader in the high school, he wasn't even playing basketball, playing soccer. Get the hell out of here. And y'all following somebody who's working at fucking Sephora? Working at Sephora selling fucking women's perfume, excuse me. And they taking advice from him? So we supposed to be submissive to some man working at Petco with green dress? Okay. I
don't want to be rude, but I got to get the next call. I literally have like 10 more calls to make. So, and it's getting later. So I got to call the next person.
Listen, I know we have to have a part 2 on this, okay?
All right.
Love you, boo.
Bye. Thank you. Love you. Bye.
Okay, bye.
Y'all, I actually had somebody call me from Canada. Somebody called me from Canada. Canada, I hope you call back. As a matter of fact, I don't have the number, but I do remember seeing it. A Canada call. I said, "Oh my God, we have somebody all the way from Canada who want to share their opinion." All right, I'm calling a 845 number back. Hopefully, people are still up. I know it's getting later. All right. Hey, D-Rut and all the new people, check out my channel. Hello, this is Cerebral.
Oh my God! I'm such a big fan.
Thank you!
Wow, I am like, just give me a second to fangirl, because I am just like, what?
Oh my God! Thank you! Thank you! Oh my God! Okay. So, how are you doing?
So, what?
How are you?
Oh man, the tea is hot tonight. And sis, I've been paying attention so close, I've been taking notes. I'm trying to pull them up in a timely manner so I don't waste y'all's time. But we covered so much. Ding dong, the witch is dead. And you know what? I can't even believe, and by the witch I mean Kevin Samuels, I can't even believe how many apologists there are and how much sympathy he's getting. He's getting more sympathy than that black girl who got shot on the Tinder date. And all of a sudden everyone's like, watch how you talk about that. No. You know, I think there's a problem that I see very often with African American think it's like a Christianity slavery thing. Like, even when that guy was like trying to talk you down, like, they know you're valuable. You know what I mean? Even if you didn't say any of that stuff about how did you see the man, like, they know that shit already. You know what I mean? And it's like, don't apologize. There's such thing as righteous anger. And honestly, I'm going to be celebrating all weekend the demise of that man. I'm going to have a barbecue.
Tell us what.
Were the Jews sad when Hitler died?
Oh no.
You know what I mean?
Now listen.
And here's a man who's talking about killing women.
Now give me more detail about that, because I saw on the chat there were people saying that he promoted violence against Black women. Now I don't watch all his videos, but I know some trifling things he's done. But give us some detail. What did he say that promoted violence against us?
Yeah, he promoted domestic violence. And, you know, it's really sad because, like, I remember it back growing up, back in, like, middle school. Black boys were talking exactly like him. And they were talking about how, like, oh, like, a lot of them wanted to be able to, like, spank their girlfriends. And he was talking about that. But not, like, in a sexual way. And, like, I want to hit women and have permission to way. And it's, like, it's crazy. Like, everything he said, I just felt like I was sitting in middle school gym class listening to the boys. And it was so toxic. And also, and of course, they were Black boys who were saying that. And, like, to see everything in my face now is like hindsight is 2020. Because, like, growing up, I always saw Black men, like, acting like this. And then I also noticed that, like, the people who were attracted to me, like, the attention that I was getting, you know, when I started getting, like, more womanly and stuff, like, older, was mostly from Hispanic men and, like, Puerto Rican guys. They were the ones jumping over hoops for anything from me, you know?
Yeah, a lot of Hispanic men like Black women.
Oh, yeah.
And Arab men, too, at least in America.
You know what I mean? But the one time I did date a Black man, and, you know, I didn't even, it's not like I was avoiding dating Black men, but apparently I was divested very, very young because I didn't even know it. I just went where I was appreciated, and it was never with another Black boy. So, you know, the one time I did date a Black guy, I was 25, right? He's like mid-30s. So I'm thinking, this is an ideal situation. I just finished school, you know, we have like the same interests. This could be it, you know what I mean?
He could be the one.
Like, yeah. And like, I know for a fact, like, they never talk about high value women, but a lot of Black women are high value women. And like, I know for a fact that I'm attached, you know what I mean? I've got a lot going for me, and I'm like, you know, he was one of those ones who didn't want to marry, or like, we couldn't even talk about marriage. Like, I told him on our first date, I was like, you know, I really don't stay with people for more than a year if I don't see like marriage or like something coming on down the line. And I was with him for 2 years. I stayed an extra year because I liked him. And I just feel like it was just it was just a huge waste. You know what I mean? And I was stressed out. When he met me, I was 25 and 125 pounds. I gained so much weight in that relationship from being stressed out all the fucking time. And it was like, it honestly felt like dating a child. It felt like dating a high school. And I'm not comfortable with that at all. So, you know, I got out of that. But, yeah, that was like, then I found all this divestment stuff, and I realized, yeah, I'm never doing that again. Because I was baffled. I was scratching my head that entire relationship because he would refuse to act like a man. And I dated real men before. You know what I mean? Like, I dated guys who take me on trips, and, you know, it would help me, like, you know, with anything I need for school. And they would even, like, give me money and say, here, you know, like, go have a night out with your girls tonight, you know, like.
Yes.
Really great guys.
Yes. Now, I'm not trying to be rude, but I got these other calls.
Avocado with Me, sis.
Yes. Now, I'm not trying to be rude. I do have more calls to make, and we got to stay on topic.
I'm
So,
so sorry.
with Kevin Samuels, you are going to be rejoicing this week.
I will definitely be rejoicing. And one more thing I want to say, on the thing about infertility that these men love to keep bringing up about women. They love to bring up that number 35, 35, 35. Well, guess what? After 38, that man's juice the milk is spoiled. You know what I mean? So
Yes.
if they shout 35 at you, shout 38 at them, because that's their expiration date.
You know, I'm proud to be in my 30s, and I don't have issues attracting men. Shit. At all. They don't care that I'm that age.
You're gorgeous. Oh my God.
Thank you. Thank you. You know, and I'm not shaming baby mamas, but I didn't, I'm not the so-called baby mama and all this stuff they be talking about, and I'm very feminine and I cook and all that. So,
yeah, you can be the perfect woman and it doesn't matter. And I would say to a lot of these young girls, because that relationship that I had with that one black man really taught me something. Because afterwards I went to the doctor, and the doctor told me, hey, listen, if you want to have kids, you better start soon, because you have some concerns. And I would just recommend to all young women, and I wish our mothers told us this at 19, or like as soon as we got to college, because it would have saved a lot of grief. Freeze your eggs. I freeze my eggs as soon as possible, and it is a lifesaver to me, because I really want to be a mother one day. You know what I mean?
yes.
And if I hadn't gone to the doctor and done that, I would still be, on the hot plate with these men dangling marriage on my face. But now I have on my time, because I took control of my fertility. So we need to talk about fertility as women, and what we can do to make our options the best for us.
Yes. Thank you so much. Okay. So I thank you so much for the love you showed and your opinion. Okay.
I'm sorry I talked so much.
It's okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. It's just I got so many calls to make. I will let you talk more, but I got to call other people. Okay?
No worries.
Thank you.
Right.
Thank you, Perfect Nails. Also, Keith Thomas in the chat. Why are you all mad? Okay? You know damn well there have been different opinions. There have been women in here that actually said they felt sorry for Kevin dying. So don't act like everybody up in here hates Kevin Samuels. Okay? You just mad because you don't see us throwing on the cape. All right, I'm calling a 904 number. Hopefully they're up. Give them a little surprise. Call them back.
Hello?
Hi, this is Cerebral.
Who?
Cerebral?
I think he has the wrong number.
Oh, God, I'm sorry. Thank you. Oh, my God. Oops, okay. Oops, I called the wrong person.
Monique.
It was... That's the first time I called the wrong number. Hello, could you please turn me back, down in the back? How are you?
Yes, I am doing good.
What is your opinion about the death of Kevin Samuels?
My opinion, I am honestly celebrating with all the women around the world. And that might sound bad, but it is what it is. But I will say this. Kevin Samuels met the same fate that he was often pronouncing on the insecure women that were calling into his show. He died alone. And while all the men are crying over his death, whatever, women of all races understood who he was, and they are celebrating as well. And the last thing I will say is it's ironic that black men all of a sudden have a moral compass, because they are often celebrating the deaths of Black women who are with white men or non-Black men. They were just celebrating Lauren being killed because she dated a white man, even though she never spoke bad about Black men. And so I think it's comical that all of a sudden they feel so bad about the death of a degenerate being celebrated by women all over the world. So they don't like when they have to taste their own medicine. But I think this has been a good day for women all over the world. And I think the awakening of Black women is happening all over the world. And I believe Mother Nature, or the Divine Feminine, is vindicating Black women. And yeah, I'm celebrating with all the women around the world.
Okay. Well, I thank you for your opinion. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Also, Brown Foxy in the chat, you mentioned Mexican men will pay your bills. Let me tell you, I mean, you got to be a little careful too, because some men they know the Black woman is not being taken care of by the Black man. I remember 2 Mexican men was trying to talk to me, not at the same time. These were 2 different incidents, but they kept telling me, "I'm gonna pay for you. I'm gonna pay for all your bills. I'm gonna put you in a house. You ain't gotta do nothing. You ain't gotta do nothing. I'm gonna take care of you." But you know what? A lot of them will, though. A lot of Mexican men will take care of you. A lot of Hispanic men. But the way he was saying it, though, like he was using that as his game. Like, look, I'm gonna get her. You ain't gotta work. You ain't gotta work. I'm gonna put you in a house. I'm gonna pay all your bills. You know, that's what he was saying. Okay, so I'm gonna call the 984 number back. You know, vet all men. You know, some of them will take care of you and put you in a house. You know when a man is trying to play, run game on you, though. Like, oh yeah, let me tell her this. But some of them will. Some of them will.
Hello.
Hi, this is Cerebral.
Hi, how are you?
I'm okay. Do me a favor. I can't hear you. I'm not sure if I'm on speaker. If I am, could you take me off speaker and just talk a little louder into the phone?
Okay, hold on. Is that better, Cerebral? Can you hear me?
Yes, it is.
All right, sorry about that. Hi, you doing good, right?
Yes.
All right, I wanted to call in because, as we know, the man asked today, and I don't understand why certain men are in the comments because I'm just like, don't y'all have an incel group to go to and chat and mourn? But I understand, I'm not trying to knock you getting your views and everything, but I'm just like, what's the issue here? We know how this man is and the things he said and what he did. What's the problem?
Well, some people are devastated. They really looked up to this man. They felt he was a savior to the Black race by checking the Black women. I'm going to check you Black women. You ain't all that. You don't deserve nothing. What's your fucking weight and that dress size? Who you think you are to want a Black man that's going to take care of you?
Black women, all I got to say, just like Cindy said, I know some of y'all don't like her because of controversy or whatever's going on, but one thing she said, we got to stop listening to them. Just stop. Get your happiness. There is nothing wrong with wanting a man that's a protector and a provider. There's nothing wrong with that. Other women in their ethnicities, they have this. They know this is what a does.
And they don't have to be dime pieces to get it.
Exactly. And these men have fathers and Black men. Y'all sitting up here all the time talking about Black women, single mothers, and all this. I'm tired because y'all are part of the problem too. You sit up here like, well, I don't want a baby, but when she gets pregnant, maybe when she gets pregnant, like, I don't want a baby. Well, why didn't you protect yourself? Y'all say choose better. We cannot vet y'all. And we know this as a fact because every 5.5 hours, we're dying. But y'all not telling Black men to be better Black men. Y'all want to get back at Breonna Taylor. But no, y'all were happy that they shot her. These cops didn't even do their job. The man that they had to get was already locked up, excuse me. And then they went to other people's doors, the wrong doors, and then just started shooting. But y'all won't tell the black man on the corner to stop selling drugs and beat women. But y'all want to sit up here and watch all these gang movies? Man, please. Black women, I'm just saying. I'm not saying dating white is better. I have dated white. All I'm saying is divest from the bullshit from any man. We deserve good too. We are good women. We take care of our kids. We work every day. We are the most educated women in this country because we know we have these children to take care of. And we are the only ones they can look up to. Okay? I know y'all don't know me. Y'all probably think I'm crazy.
No.
But I'm just being honest.
The so-called black community is being held up by black women.
Exactly. Now remember, I can't remember this guy's name, but he was on YouTube speaking to a white lawyer who handles these rappers' cases. And the conversation came up because they were like, well, when you deal with the rappers compared to regular people, because he was a criminal lawyer, he was like, how is it with the rappers? He was like, oh, no problem. They come in, drop the money, no questions asked, they know what to do. And somehow they got on the conversation about black women and black men. And this white man, who is high value, because let me tell you something, black women, these black men, as much as y'all may see them with these women of other races, they are not considered high value. And they are not the most desired men on this earth. They have no wealth. They do not take care of their children as a collective. They are not marrying us because they can't even read a statistic correctly. So it's like, what? So I just want us to please try to get along with each other, women, because a lot of us do not have protection, and we know this already. So please put the cattiness away. Understand, like they say, we are dying every 5.5 hours. We are all we have in our babies. So that's all I got to say. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hold
It's
you
okay.
up.
No, I thank you so much. Thank you.
Well, thank you for having me. You are actually the first person I've ever talked to on a panel, so this I will always remember.
Thank
so
you.
Okay?
And make sure you subscribe to me and check out my other videos.
Okay. I am. I'm new.
All right.
But
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye, y'all. Take care.
Bye. Okay. So, let me call. I think this is Florida. I'm not sure. I am calling a 518 number back. Give me a second. All right. See, I'm calling people back. So don't worry if I miss your call. I'll call you. Hey, Self-Love is First. The Rose Talk. Jamila Watkins. Hello, this is Cerebral.
Hey, girl, how you doing?
I'm okay. Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing all right. I've been listening to the podcast and been sitting here sorely vexed.
Please.
Listen. I really don't care that Kevin Samuels is dead. Bottom line. And I'm not going to pull any punches, okay? He disrespected black women so horribly. And then they expect sympathy from us? Are you serious? Are you serious? And then they come at us and say that we're aggressive when we respond after being abused for years from this man? Listen, don't get me started.
What do you think about, because this is what some might say when this is over, you're just upset because Kevin told the truth about women and you're mad.
Kevin didn't tell the truth about shit. Kevin couldn't even tell the truth about his own self. If you cannot tell the truth about your own self, how can you tell the truth about anybody else? Kevin was a closeted homosexual, right? And he disrespected black women because he saw black women as a competition. Don't get it twisted.
There have been a lot of rumors about his sexuality, and when he's, you know.
He said it online, and then he had a glitch, a so-called glitch that a certain lady said, come on, you got a whole bug laying on your couch, and you talking all this filth about black women, but you got a man on your couch, and then when your own screen flips to him, you flip it over? Really?
And then he said we need to advocate for men being with men, and I understand the urge.
Exactly. That's my point.
Yes.
So he's telling these black men, he has black men so thoroughly brainwashed and convinced that his way was the right way. And they suck it up because they hate black women, that they don't take the time to differentiate or understand what he's truly saying. They lack the cognizance. They do not have the mindset to understand what the man was truly about. The man was a homosexual. He hated black women, and he was advocating for homosexuality amongst black men without saying so. Bottom line, I'm not playing no games with that man.
Thank you. So you will be rejoicing in this passing of this man.
Sister, I wouldn't say rejoicing, but what I will say is I have no remorse, none whatsoever. I never called into his channel, never watched him, but I saw TikTok videos and clips of him just disrespecting black women. And the black women, I will agree, that called in his show were suffering from Stockholm Syndrome, which means that they appreciated and accepted abuse, and they would go for it. So it's natural that they would call in. No, what he did was abnormal behavior. Period. And anybody that co-signs what he said is a psychopath. Period.
Well, listen, I've been seeing these women.
Psychology right now.
Believe it or not, I've been seeing black women on YouTube that support Kevin Samuels. Some of them beautiful women.
I just repeated what I said. Stockholm Syndrome. They have been accustomed and abused for so long that they accept that type of behavior because they know nothing different. That's what it is.
Yeah.
These women are abused, and they don't understand it.
They think if I can get the black man to wife me, I'm really special because they don't wife anybody,
exactly.
So I must be special.
Not even considering the fact that there is a segment of the black community called Mammies and Pygmishas. The Pygmishas will pick them up every single time. It builds to their ego, and that's what they go for.
Yes.
They need their ego stroked. Kevin Samuels got his ego stroked every time he disrespected a black woman. Every time a black man called him in, they were co-signing what he said because at the end of the day, they hate black women. Period.
I agree. A lot of them do, and that's why it kind of sickened me to see so many black women going over there. And I'm like, he gonna tear you down publicly. I remember a black woman called in praising him, and he dissed the fuck out of her about how she looked, and that told her you can't get nothing. I'm like, how you look now? Calling up here praising him.
So this is what I'm saying. So Stockholm Syndrome, lady, you're calling into a black man that you know is going to verbally and psychologically abuse you. Why would you do that other than Stockholm Syndrome? And him, with his ego, he's going to know if I abuse her, I'm going to continue to get these views and these likes and these cash apps from these black men that feel the same way that I do. It's psychology. They are sick.
Girl, I'm loving you, right? I'm loving you so much. I feel your passion. I know you ain't telling not a damn lie,
Hell no.
And let them say what they want to say, but you ain't telling no lies. You ain't telling no lie. Okay?
No, ma'am. Listen, I have a page, Saudi Shabazz, on YouTube, right?
I remember you, y'all. This is Malcolm.
Yesterday.
You are Malcolm X's.
I had a conversation yesterday. A black man said, "Why don't you start podcasting?" I said, "Because I don't want the smoke. Because I know black men are psychologically and emotionally abusive, and they will take it a step further. They will begin to contact me and do all types of other shit." And he said, "Oh, but Kevin Samuels will be the first one to give you some smoke." So guess what I did today? I texted him, "Oh, your boy dead."
Oh my God.
One less smoke, nigga, I got to worry about.
Now, for everybody who's wondering who this is, I remember you. You are related to Malcolm X people.
Yes, ma'am.
You were married to the.
My daughter is his great-granddaughter. And let me tell you something. Okay, sister? Cerebral, I have been listening to you for a few years now, right? Yes. Love your content. I love the way you represent black women. You and I have very similar histories with the nation.
Thank you so much.
My
yes.
daughter listens, right? Let me tell you something. my daughter has observed, she says, Mom, I don't want nothing to do with that, because she has recognized two things. One, black men killed her great-grandfather, which the FBI considers the Black Messiah, the so-called epitome of the black man, right? Other black men killed him in front of his wife and kids. My daughter's grandmother was one of those kids. I talk to her regularly. I have sat down in my own home with her. If you understood the trauma that black men have caused the family of the Black Messiah, your head would spin. Your head would spin.
It's even documented. Well, a lot of us don't want to, we don't want to face the truth and read about it. We rather talk about the white man did this, the white man did that.
I have heard so many black people talk about, oh, the white man did this. No! If you talk to his family and his children, they will tell you the same black men that was calling them to say they was protecting them prior to all that Elijah Muhammad and the secretary shit, was the same individuals calling his wife and his children, threatening them with death. The same individuals. We have the names.
I think it's disgusting that they killed Malcolm. Malcolm was a decent, good black man. He loved black women.
They will say that the white man killed Malcolm. They won't even acknowledge that the black man pulled the trigger. They won't do it.
Yeah.
That's how insane they are.
They'll say it was the FBI. I'm like, but no one. It's like when they talk about
FBI, the CIA, or every other alphabet agency, but they will not acknowledge the white man had control and power enough to control their minds to pull the trigger in front of women and children.
It's
That's weak as fuck.
I hear that when they say the drugs. Oh, the white man brung the planes down with cocaine and put it in the black community. I'm like, but he didn't make you sell it to your people.
But he didn't make you sell it. Listen, because they refuse to get 9 to 5 because they see that as weak, they will go ahead and accept drugs and sell those amongst their own community because it's expeditious, where they can get their money, keep it moving, and have no accountability. It's a bunch of bullshit. A bunch of bullshit. And until you stand up and say something to them, they will continue to deny accountability and blame you or the white man. Period.
And then when we tell the black women it's time, stop getting pregnant by them, making out of wedlock kids, if it's damaging and all that, then they get upset. And if we say date other races of men, then they get mad. I'm like, if we're not good women, and that's a bunch of bullshit, then why can't we leave? And then they start complaining about that.
I'm studying for my psychology, my bachelor's degree in psychology. They do this for a reason, because it's called cognitive dissonance. Anything that affects their reality, they will deny. If it's negative, they will deny it. It is a fundamental reflex from childhood. They don't understand that. And when you try to discuss these things with them, what do? They gaslight, accuse you. They change the subject. They'll start verbally abusing you. But they will never acknowledge what you are discussing because it's too painful and it's too true. That's psychology 101.
Yeah, and it's too embarrassing. It's too embarrassing.
It is embarrassing.
So
they don't want to hold that L, and they're not going to. They've been conditioned to believe from mammies and from society they were this big, strong buck that helped build America. Well, guess what? The white man was the one that gave you the blueprints. And
thank you.
Today?
Thank you.
You only was able to build America because they gave you. They talk about Benjamin Banneker built D.C. Benjamin Banneker got the blueprints from actual architects and mathematicians that was white. Are you serious?
The Bill of Rights, the Declaration of Independence.
We built the pyramids. Nigga! Really? The Romans came into Egypt and conquered your ass. They came into Africa and conquered your ass. Where are you a king? Where are you a mathematician? Where are you a builder? Help me understand that.
I did have a video. I believe the Egyptians, the ancient ones, were black, but at the end of the day, we go over the past, but where are we now? Because everywhere that there was greatness.
You know why they do that? Because again, it shows no accountability, Cerebral. If they can talk about what they did in the past, right? They say, oh, we did this, we did that, but there's no bearing on the future.
Thank
so they
you.
take that and they hold that, and that's what they go on. It's psychosis. It is mental psychosis. How can you talk about what you did 1,000 years ago, 5,000 years ago, but cannot discuss what you're doing today as a collective?
Thank
You're
you.
defeated. You are defeated people. You are a defeated mankind. Again, mankind. You're a kind of man, not a real man. You are angry as black men because you are a conquered buck. Period. Stop taking it out on black women. And Kevin Samuels represented that shit. He represented the conquered buck that's angry at black women. And unfortunately, he said, I'm a homosexual and I'd rather fuck the white man than battle him. That's what it comes down to.
Damn, girl. You ain't holding back at all. I'm not saying shit. I'm gonna let you talk because you saying it.
I'm done. I'm done. This is your podcast. It is what it is, but this is what it comes down to. I don't even have my own podcast because, listen, black men have already contacted me via email saying, oh, you should do this. I will provide this platform for you. No, thank you. You will not control me at all. I'm going to say what I have lived and what I have experienced. And if you don't like it, fuck you. How about that?
Okay. And listen, I believe that if the black man, he could be great if he cared, but they don't care.
He doesn't want to. He doesn't care. Bottom line.
Someone said, why come they not building?
He's been here for damn near 500 years, Cerebral. What is he doing? He does not care. He only cares about himself and getting over for what applies to him each day. He doesn't care about the race, period.
And someone in the chat said, if they could build back then, why can't they build up the hood?
You know why? If they didn't build anything on their own back then. Prime example, Black Wall Street, right? Let me tell you some actual facts. My great grandfather is from Durham, North Carolina, which is one of the second. He was the second Black Wall Street. That was the second Black Wall Street, Durham, North Carolina. Right? He took his money and he came to New York. Why is it if black people have so much power, there is a past Black Wall Street? They keep talking about these Black Wall Streets, but they have not built another one since. Why is that?
Thank you. I always said that. Like, why didn't you rebuild or just you could start over? They can do it now. They got more available now than they ever did back then.
Because it's easier to focus on the fantasy and the delusion of Wakanda than it is to actually implement the work. It takes work to build up a Black Wall Street. It takes cooperation. Black folks today are crabs in a barrel. They do not want each other to succeed. So if you have a business, right, they're not going to support that business because they say, oh, that nigga think they over that. I'm not supporting that. I can get this over here. That's how you build a Black Wall Street when you are cooperative. They are not cooperative. It's every man for himself in the black community today.
Hold on now. Give me 1 second. In the chat, it's moving quick.
Yes,
Ashanti said, the black man has been emasculated via the slave master and the single motherhood / fathersness. What you got to say about that?
Are you serious? Are you serious? Let me ask her this. If you are a woman, right? She's a woman. Can anybody keep her from being a woman? Now reverse that. If you are a man, you are a provider. Can any other man stop you?
Thank you.
A warrior? Black men always talk about they ready to go to war, they ready to go to battle, they about that life. But you're not about that life when it comes to the white man to gain some type of position and power in this society. Really? No, it sounds good. It sounds really good.
They're more focused on marrying the white man's sister and mama than building.
Because exactly, and you know why they do that? Because it's easier. There's no battle involved. You don't have to battle the white white man to get control. You just say, oh, I'm going to lay this pipe on his daughter and his grandkids. Really? So you took the passive way. Really? That's what you know? I'll just have sex with the white woman. I won't battle her man, though. Oh, that says a lot about you as a man.
You know, it's just sad. And I feel like it would be it's not even hard to fix the black community, but you got all these women running around in circles. And I said it like 2 years ago, it don't matter what you do, because if your so-called men ain't on the same page as you, it ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work.
It ain't gonna work. And they talk about, oh, the black woman's supposed to be on the black man's side. Listen, if you're not even guiding or leading correctly, how can I possibly follow you logically? I cannot do it. If you are making illogical decisions about our growth and development, why should I follow you when I know you are wrong, when I know you are leading me to death and destruction? I cannot follow you.
A lot of them can't even read. I can't trust you to lead me. You can't read.
That's my point. Listen, I'm a very, very well-read individual, right? There's been black men that have tried to holler at me, say, oh, you've been celibate for 12 years. You know, why are you doing that? Why don't you get you a man? Listen, I don't want you because you don't read. You're not articulate. You cannot converse without some type of illogical, emotional argument. I have no patience, no time, no interest in you. And I talk about being divested. And unfortunately, there's other divestors that say, oh, because you have black relatives or you have a black son, you're not truly divested. Listen, let me tell you something. If you only knew, I have no interest whatsoever in black men. I don't. I leave it to them. Do what you do. It has no bearing on me. Period. If it's not affecting my pockets, fuck you. It's cold, but it's true.
Now tell the world, since you know you have a relation to Malcolm X, there was a time that you heavily brainwashed at one time?
Heavily. Oh, listen, sister, let me tell you the truth. Let me tell you the God's honest truth. I was super mammy. You hear me? When you come in from Malcolm X, you have to be a super mammy. You have to be. There's no gray area. When I began to assess my environment, my own psychology, the things that I had been conditioned to believe, the things that I have endured, I said, you know what? Let me really break this mammy thing down. I realized I was a mammy, and I said, you know what? I put others before myself, primarily black men. I helped black men go through college. I paid for this shit. Paid for them to go to college, paid for them to get jobs and shit. And you know what they did? They turned around and shitted on me to make an impression on a mammy that wasn't doing the job that she was supposed to do. And I got. And I'm like, you know what? Not going to do this no more. I have to divest. I have to leave them completely alone and focus completely on myself. And unfortunately, there's some divestors that feel that because I have a black son and black male relatives, that I'm not truly divested.
Hold on, though. That's crazy, though, because they got black relatives, too. They're black. So...
Yeah, but because I don't disrespect the males in my family or the males that I know, they consider me a mammy. And I'm not. I have nothing to do with them. You might see a photo opportunity where I take some pictures. Other than that, I keep it moving.
Let me say this.
I don't even want them around my daughter. I don't have them in my house. At work, I don't communicate with them. In passing, I keep my eyes down. I don't look at them. I keep it moving. I am 100% divested. I have no interest in them whatsoever.
Now, let me ask you this. Are they toxic?
Absolutely.
Okay.
There is such. Let me tell you something. Being a reformed mammy, right? I never paid attention to other races of men because I had been conditioned to believe that only the black man wanted me, and I was supposed to cater to him. When I began to stop that behavior, and not just stop it, but recognize each and every time, oh, you're mammying, girl, you're mammying, I began to recognize, wait a minute, there's a whole other sector of men that treat you better and different. It's not just about race. It is about respect. Black men as a fundamental do not respect black women. Period. Period. And Kevin Samuels was the mastermind of that shit. He was the epitome of it.
Okay.
Period. My daughter right now, who is Malcolm X's great-granddaughter, she said, I don't want anything to do with these guys that's like this. She does not. She's not interested at all because she sees the pattern. And I feel I'm doing my job as a mother. Yeah, listen, girl, you need to avoid this, that, and the third. And when she says, Mom, I recognize what you're saying, I respect that.
Okay.
And guess what? I let her know in advance, because you are who you are, and because of the decisions and choices that you have made, black men are going to come at you when you're an adult so hard. I hope you're strong enough.
It's girl, a lot of the women
related to who she is.
I mean, listen, I have talked to women and they will be against you when you start trying to tell them or you talk about things black men do. It ain't all of them, but white men kill they women. Oh, but you still black. Oh, you got to stand. No, girl, I treat every individual, you know.
And you know what? That goes back to the fundamental of psychology where I talked about the emotionalism and it's very immature in emotions, where that's the first thing that white men do it too. Guess what? If you are intelligent enough to do the numbers, you will see that interracial relationships do not equate to the same numbers of black men and black women being murdered.
No.
And black women being murdered by black women. It does not equate.
Yes.
So no matter how you try to spin the shit, the numbers don't add up. People lie, numbers don't.
You got Shakira Amin. She says, I'm a black woman, but damn, lady, I see why you're alone. So she got an issue with you.
You know what? Let me tell her something. First and foremost, let me tell her why I'm alone. Sweetheart, I'm alone by choice. Do you understand that? I'm a grown-ass woman. I am alone by choice, bitch. Don't get it twisted. Now respond to that. I do my thing. I have a good job. Don't get twisted. I have my own place, my own responsibilities, my own income. I do not need a man to do anything for me because I am about myself first and foremost. And for the first time in my life, I am about that. I spent my 20s and my 30s about everybody else, the black man, and trying to help these mammies. No, sweetheart, it doesn't work. I'm about myself. I'm taking care of my responsibilities, bitch. Don't get it twisted.
Damn.
Fuck out of here.
Damn.
Fuck out of here, bitch. You ain't gonna gaslight me into feeling some type of way because I'm alone. I choose to be alone, ho. Don't get it twisted. Bitch, I'll take your man with no question and no problem. How about that?
Okay. Oh my God. All right. So she said what she had to say. You know.
And she can kiss my ass.
All right now. She heard you. All right. So
I'm
listen.
glad she heard me, because ain't no punches being pulled. I'm telling the bitch what it is. Bitch, I will take your man and take everybody else's too. I'm about myself and my children. Don't you get it? She don't get it. I'm about my paper, bitch.
All right.
Fuck out of here. She got me all fucked up. But
Girl.
guess what? I'm that Shabazz that's going to keep it real. I don't have no time for these bitches or these mammies or these motherfucking apes. I don't. Fuck with me if you want to. You'll get the real truth. And it's going to hurt.
All right.
Fuck out of here.
All right.
Fuck out of here. Exactly. I got no time for this fuckery. I'm tired of fuckery. Listen, I have sat in the... I don't really think the viewers understand. I have sat in the room, in my own living room, in the comfort of my own home with Malcolm X's family. What do you think I heard? What do you think they said to me about what happened to their daddy? What do you think?
The white man?
What black men did to their daddy?
They,
what do you think?
They blame the white man?
Hell no. Absolutely not. Because the white man can't do shit unless the black man agrees to it.
Thank you. Thank you. You
know, a
You know, there was a girl the other day who said the black man, he couldn't get out of slavery because, oh, the white man was running stuff. I'm like, honey, can't nobody keep a man a slave.
Exactly, girl.
You're going to have to die fighting.
Listen. Can't nobody keep you locked in this shit unless you allow it. You talk about they gorillas and shit. If you're a real gorilla, and I'm talking about Che Guevara, you will not tolerate that shit. Fuck out of here.
All right, I'm not trying to be rude now, but I got to take the next call. We've been live for 30 minutes. Let me call these other people. They might be asleep.
Yes,
so thank you so much. All right.
No problem, sweetheart.
Bye.
Have a good night.
Thank you. Thank you for the donation, Miss K. Shout out to Miss K. And thank you so much, Tina. Tina, if you hear me, girl, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Okay, so I am calling a 540 number back. Okay. Hopefully they're still up. Maybe they're still listening. All right. All right, I'm going to call a 647 number back who called in. These calls have been off the damn chain. What's going on, Wizard Kelly Jr.? I don't know what's happening. Hello? Hi, this is Cerebral.
Hi, Cerebral.
Are you asleep?
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
No. Thank you for calling me. I was listening to your live and then I fell asleep. Thanks for calling.
You're welcome. So what's your opinion? Tell us your opinion. I'm gonna let you go back to bed. About
I am very happy with your channel and everything that you are saying to us and giving us all this advice. But regarding Kevin Samuel and his death, I don't wish death on anyone, but I just believe that his death would be an example and a lesson to so many black men that the negativity that has been spewing out there is a spirit out there, it's a spiritual world. And I believe that everything went back to him and he possibly just couldn't handle the energy that was going back to him. So I want to thank you and I want to thank everyone out there. Black women, we're beautiful, we're powerful, we are loving. Let's just keep loving each other and doing our best. Thanks, Cerebral.
Thank you so much for your kind words. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Now this next call, I think this is okay, hold on. This is a 626 number. And then I have one last call for call back caller when I'm off this thing because I got to get to the other people who called. But you can call back, okay? Hello?
Yes.
Hi, this is Cerebral.
How you doing?
I'm okay. Hello.
Yes. I'm ready to. I'm on the radio.
You're on the live, the YouTube live.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, you want me to go on and say something then?
Yeah, what's your opinion about Kevin Samuels allegedly passing away?
Well, as far as I'm concerned, Mr. Samuels he said nothing or did anything wrong. Okay, some of his stuff was basically his opinion most of the time. Some of his stuff was based on truth. And I think that that's how I see him. Okay. I am a black male, or man, rather, but at the same time, I got my own opinions too. You see.
Mm-hmm.
But he did what he had to do while he was here. Apparently, I mean, if this is real, I mean, if he really has passed away, but as reporters say, they say he passed away. That's how they're saying it. Mr. Sperling, who probably knows him personally, he confirmed it too. So I said, well, if he says it, that means it's probably true.
Who was it? So, Mr. Sterling?
Sperling. I think his name is Sterling. Mr. Sperling. He's a lawyer, and he knew Mr. Samuels very kind of good. And his point was that he confirmed it too, that he did pass. That's how he confirmed it. So if he said it, that means there's some truth. It's true then.
Okay.
So, I'm sorry. When you called me, I was laying down. When you called me, I was kind of sleeping off. But at the same time, though, I think that Kevin, like I said before, I'm not trying to sound too redundant. But my point was that he, in fact, he said nothing or did nothing wrong.
Really?
I know. Yeah. That's my personal.
He said that black women don't get beat by black men. That is over exaggerated. He also told another woman that. Go ahead.
Black men have a lot of social issues in dealing with black women. Black men have made a lot of mistakes in dealing with black women. Okay. But the question would be this: what I'm saying, we can make the argument that black men beat his women. That's very easy. That's very easy. That's something that we all can do. Black men have come out and said black women have beat their women. Don't really say that.
Okay.
So black men have had hard discussions on how those men who do this type of thing, how they should be dealt with. Period. I think that the misconception is that black women believe that black men don't attack other black men for bad behavior. Black men will not attacking other black men for bad behavior. Because black men say, brother, what you doing is unacceptable.
Yes. Now listen, I'm not trying to be rude, but I got to take the next call, okay? But you basically don't think it's great that he died, and you support Kevin.
No, it's not about me supporting Kevin. I'm not. That's a supporting people. Period. I'm just saying that he said things that he thought was right. But those women called Kevin. Kevin didn't call them. He didn't ask them to call his show. They called Kevin. Kevin Samuels' show was for black men. His issue was with black men. He was trying to get the black men to change his image at first, but it was black women that kept calling him. So he figured, okay, since you're calling me, now I'm going to tell you the truth. Now you're going to be mad at me, but I'm going to have to tell you the truth.
He was even mean to women that was being nice to him. He called a woman a bitch before. He called a woman a bitch. I saw it. He called her a bitch, and she did not speak to him that way.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So women call men dogs at the same time. Women say men look good all the time. Women say that men are.
Okay, I got to go. I got to go. I'm not trying to be rude. I got to take the next call. All right. Bye. Thank you. I could not understand him sometimes. But he said his opinion. I remember when Kevin Samuels called that woman a bitch. It was horrible. I couldn't believe what I was seeing, the way he disrespected that woman. She didn't even do anything to him, and he called her a bitch. He snapped on her. I've seen it a couple of times, him snapping, just snapping on women. This is actually one of my last calls. Somebody else was calling. The phone line is still open after this call. Okay, so that person, that was a 203 number, did not call, did not answer. Hold on a second. Yes, I'm interrupting this video with my little commercial. I have a little announcement. Doing some life coaching. Many of you love the advice that I give, and I cannot wait to speak to some of you about any problems you're going through, men or women, any secrets that you have that you just can't tell anybody about. You can speak to me for 30 minutes for $30. And the way that you can do this is cash at me. My Cash App is in the description box, and you can leave me your phone number with your name. If you have room in the subject line, I will call you between the hours of 6 p.m. through 8 p.m. the same day or the same week. I promise to speak to you, and we can talk about anything again, secrets, anything that's bothering you. I give pretty good advice, and one thing I'm going to tell you is that I'm going to keep it very real with you. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything for you. I'm going to tell you the truth. We're going to have a real conversation. 30 minutes, okay? So that's all I wanted to say. I look forward to the people that would love to speak to me for 30 minutes one-on-one. So let's get back to the video. Bye. Okay. Thank you so much for the love, y'all, in this chat. Thank you. Okay, I actually had 2 calls come in. Okay, a 949 number. I'm going to call you now. A 267 number. Okay. Thank you, Black Phoenix.
Hello.
Hi, turn me down in the back. I hear myself.
Yep. Okay. That's Cerebral.
Hi.
How are you, lovely?
I'm okay. How are you?
This is the best Cinco de Mayo I have ever had. Disclaimer: I've been drinking. I am so happy. I know that's some people might say that's bad, but no. I am happy that a demon has been slayed. What he has done has destroyed our community. He hasn't built anything. All he has done has brought upon us with more distress and hatred for one another. If Kevin Samuels really wanted to make a difference within the community, he could have provided a nonprofit organization to assist with the issues between Black women and Black women. He could have even provided services for the children. What's the problem? But instead, he wanted to get on YouTube and spread this wicked rhetoric. This was a boomerang effect. It came back to him. I'm happy, and I don't know what to say. I'm so excited. I don't care. I don't care what people say in the chat.
I didn't know if it was 100% true, but there was more and more people confirming it. A production company saying the insider told them it was an accidental death, which we will get more details about that. So, yeah, I agree. You have so many of these so-called Black men gurus on here. None of them are married or they're divorced twice like Kevin, and they don't tell men how to dress for an interview, how to dress on a date, how to be a so-called good man or good husband, how to spoil your woman so that she won't want to leave you for another man. Instead, it's always about what we supposedly do to mess up this so-called community, always blaming women and stuff. So then when we tell women to have better standards, date different races of men, to look out for yourself, go to school if you want to, then they get mad about that. Oh, you're supposed to only be focusing on me and begging for me and feeling lucky to have me. me. So, okay, tell us some more.
They have a mental disorder. They have a mental. It's a mental illness. I really do. I think it's like a psychosis. It's a abnormal mental deficiency within their brain. It doesn't make sense.
It's about, you know what it is?
To actually follow it. They follow him knowing he's a failure.
You know what
he has failed at marriage. So why would someone listen to a failure?
You know what this is about?
Is it just me?
This is about power. The power to control the black woman because they don't control anything else. You are the only thing they feel they can control. Nothing else. So if you walk away, it's going to be over. You know, that's why they get so mad if they see us with another race of man, because they know he's dominating us because he's the man, and they feel like, oh my God, she lays for him, she cooks for him, she's having his children. This is the only last thing that I possibly can have control over, even though I'm out here fucking and marrying everything not black, but she can't do it. Stay in your place. Don't think you're worth nothing. Beg for me. Okay?
I completely understand, and that's part of the mental illness. It makes no sense. And yes, I'm dating a Puerto Rican man, and he wants to marry me. I have no problem with that, and I don't care what anyone has anything to say, because everyone that I know, besides two people, all of their marriages are dysfunctional. If they're married, because you know how that goes. Black men don't get married anyway, so.
All right.
Yeah.
So.
I am having, but thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. What did you say just now? Okay. Thank you so much. All right.
I love your show. I love everything that you do. God bless you. Have a lovely day.
Thank you. God bless you too. Thank you. Bye. Oh, y'all have been so loving. Okay. Let's see. I think, okay, I'm going to call 267 back. This might probably be the last call of tonight. The phone line is still open.
Hello?
Hello, this is Cerebral. Hello? Hi, this is Cerebral.
Oh, how you doing? Talking about the show, Kevin Samuels and whatnot?
Yes, what is your opinion about the alleged passing of Kevin Samuels?
It's heartbreaking, it's bad, but we don't know if he was healthy. You know, he always preached about women, but you know, he was 56. Like, at that age, you should be more so on health and exercise. That's what I take out of it, because, you know what I mean, chasing the women and chasing the bag, that really don't count after 50. So it's sad. I hope it's not from bad health or anything like that. So that'll show you the mindset he was on. He wasn't worried about the right thing.
Well, he presented himself like he was in top shape. You know, I got everything together.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we don't know people's health regimen, though. I mean, he was talking about women. You know, at that age, you're a grandpa, you chill, you relax, you well off. But, like, health is more important, as you see. That's what people should be focused on. I'm not focused on really chasing the bag and all that, because I probably already got it. But more importantly, we see that people are not healthy. You know what I mean? And that should be, like, the main topic, because we as living in America, where 50% of the population is obese. You know what I'm saying? So I'm a gym guy, so that's the way I look at it. I don't know what you get out of it, but like, for him in the past, he said he had a chest problem. That's more likely a heart attack. And that means your arteries clogged or something ain't really working. But I never knew him to be a workout guy, a health guy, nothing like that. He just talked about girls all day. That showed where his mindset was at. What do you think?
Okay. So.
I mean, that's all I get. He wasn't healthy. All times he come out, he wasn't healthy because he wasn't on the right path. So at 56, like, he's not a young man. They're just like Will Smith and Jada. They half a century. We got to be realistic. We're not kids. Like, we're not 21, 27. But at that age, I think the mentality should be more in the second half of life. Like, just talking about stuff with more meaning and substance. Like diet and exercise, and why are so many women obese and people are obese? Because I feel as though the only people that have got a problem with women is people that's not in shape or not physically attractive if you at that age. Because if you look like Michael J. White or Michael B. Jordan and you got a physique, you really ain't gonna have no problem with those people, basically, because it's even playing field because not that many people are attractive. 51% of the population in America is obese. So they ain't got much picking field. So they always gonna treat you a little bit special by having some guy privilege. So I ain't really got no problem with the females, like from my perspective. You know what I mean? I don't know. Everybody's different.
Can I say something? And this is not just towards you. Can we please get back to calling women women? We are women. We are ladies. When I think of female, I think of like a specimen animal type of thing. I'm a lady. I'm a woman. I want to be called a woman.
Yes. Well, a woman, I apologize, whatever, women or whatever of that nature. But at the same time, I mean, women is good. I don't really have no problem with it. Maybe because I'm more physically attractive or muscular, whatever. But I don't really have no problem with it like that. Everybody be saying. Actually, I'm the opposite. There's a lot of women wanting me, and they be in relationships with other guys. I don't know what it is, but I know I stay with them to work out. So everybody got to find a formula that works for them.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know what works for Kevin Samuels. Like, you know, the looks of it, there's a difference between Kevin Samuels and Denzel. Like, everybody that's nice looking in Hollywood physically fit don't really seem to keep complaining about girls. You know what I mean? If you don't complain about girls, either your penis don't work or something else wrong with you or your attitude. But I mean, I get too many girls that want to talk to me or be with me.
All right, so you said I would love to see your picture. My email is in the description box. You saying you got all these women after you. You fit and you look good. So do you know how to treat a woman? Do you cater to your woman?
Yeah, I don't have no problem. I'm more like the gym women because they last longer. Like you see how Jada Pinkett is, she's 50-something years old and she got zero body fat. I'm more catered to them women because they take care of themselves, they eat right, they got different priorities. You know what I mean? It's not all about treating nobody good, bad, but treating people good and take care of yourself, take care of your body, you have peace with yourself. That's like Japan is the #1 leading wealth country when it comes to living old, being good. People that really work out got a good personality with themselves. I'm not walking around stressed, mad at the world. You know what I mean? If I get a good woman, I'm going to treat her good. Yes. But my whole thing is like, is she going to last as far as what she needs to do to be in my life for the second half? Because a lot of people is not physically fit. So that's my only issue is obesity.
Hey, hold on though. I've seen people that's not skinny that look good. You got a lot of people who think I just need to be skinny. No, do you dress well? How does your face look? You know, what's going on? Do you keep yourself looking good?
I definitely do all that. I'm just saying going into the second half of your life. That's all I'm saying. Like the second half of life, like Kevin Samuels, he's not a kid. He's a 50-year-old man, could be a grandpa. That's the only thing I'm saying. But other than that, like I think he was real bitter because how he was talking about women and other people. I'm not that type of person. I'm happy first and foremost, and I don't have no problem with women. Now I can decide who I want to marry. I can pick and choose because I'm not Kevin Samuels. We don't know what type of habits he had or what he was doing. But from the looks of it, whatever he's doing left him miserable with no woman.
All right.
I'm not gonna be out here bashing women all day.
So,
you gotta look at that.
I thank you so much for giving us your opinion. Thank you so much. Hold on, no. It's someone Lucy Lash, not Lucy. The Rose Talk. Is he married though? How old are you?
I mean, that's irrelevant. I'm just giving my opinion.
It ain't irrelevant.
Like, is you happy? No, I said, are you happy? I'm happy with women. Now, we all not the same. We don't got the same fingerprint. Now, Kevin Samuels is Kevin Samuels. You is you. I respect you. You ain't gonna have the same situation as Kevin Samuels. Y'all not born at the same time. We're not the same people. Every incident is gonna be different, so it's no one answer because everybody's personality is different. We don't all do the same thing. Some people left-handed, some people right-handed. I'm just saying I don't have no problem with it. Kevin Samuels went out. We know he went out unhappy. He was mad at the women, cursing him out. That's not me.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
All right.
I don't know what is experience with women, but I like the show, and I hope everybody has it. But we all different, so it's no right answer.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you.
You are.
All right. Bye. You notice he avoided that question. Okay. Who was that called? A 27267 number. I'm calling you back.
Hello.
Hi, this is Cerebral.
Hey, what's up, Cerebral? Thanks for calling me back, man.
You're welcome. Mr. Kevin Samuels, or who they call the Godfather, he has passed allegedly.
Yeah,
What is your
all over the place.
What is your opinion?
I'm honestly say I've never been a fan of his. I watched 3 of his videos and he disrespected black women horribly. I've seen a few of his joints with disrespect to black women. When he did that, I never watched the show again. Not a fan is, I'm not a fan. I don't like the guy. I'm not a fan. Now, as far as death, of course, I'm a man of God, so I would never wish death. No on nobody.
Okay.
To me, the man that's sick, need help, always needed help, I pray for men like that. You know, obviously he went through some hurt. I prayed for him. The whole time he was alive, I asked the Lord to help this man out. This man looked like he was sick. He was lost. But I never was a fan of his. I'm not a fan of the men that be on YouTube bash black women all day. I'm not a fan of those channels. I don't subscribe. I don't support those channels. I'm not a fan of that stuff, man.
That's good.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of it. I don't really feel no type of way about it. That's too much. But I don't, praise it either. I pray for his soul. Hopefully he's at rest.
All right. Okay. So, thank you for your opinion. Okay?
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, okay, y'all. So, we have been live for 3 hours and 12 minutes, and I have had some amazing calls tonight. And a lot of people said that they didn't wish death on him, and some people felt that they're going to celebrate. You got a mixture of opinions, but most people agree they did not always like the toxicity towards black women and that it did not help the community, and they're praying for his soul. A mixture of opinions. If this is true that Kevin Samuels has passed away, again, it's very, very shocking. And I'm not rejoicing, and I'm also not sad about it. I'm just like, wow, damn. Because this was the same thing with David Carroll just a few months ago. And then Nature Boy, that disgusting man who abuses women, was arrested. Now Kevin Samuels is supposedly gone, and we probably might see a few more. That's just the truth. So it's shocking. I expect to see this all over the place. A lot of people are not going to believe it when it's officially confirmed. I thank you all who called in. And what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to put up the TikTok video again with some amazing clips. The names of these people is on the TikTok. And I want you to get those likes up while this is playing. Okay?
This is a PSA. Black women, listen up. We're no longer okay with the title of strong black. It literally robs us of the juiciness, the luxury, the leisure, the protection, and the provision that go along with femininity and womanhood. For whatever reason, people believe because we're strong black women that we can handle disrespect, disregard, mistreatment, and abuse. No, ma'am, no more. We're no longer taking on other people's battles. We're no longer dealing with the toughest things because we're so strong. We're no longer trying to do that. We are delicate like flowers. With the proper love and care, we will unfold, we will blossom, and we will bloom. We owe nothing to no one. Stop trying to pour from an empty cup. It's not going to work. Anything less than the proper love and care is literally killing you. No.
She's in her masculine because you haven't provided a safe place for her to be in her feminine. She's in her masculine because you have not provided a place for her to be in her feminine. She's in her masculine because she does not feel safe being in her feminine.
A narcissist will put you in a position to break up with him first. This is all calculated and premeditated. He will do things like deliberately leave his cell phone hanging around. You can go through the cell phone and find the evidence of him cheating. He wants you to see it. He wants you to confront him and start an argument so that it can lead to you breaking up with him. Once you break up with him for catching him cheating, he will turn around and tell his family, friends, and coworkers that you left him, that he didn't want the breakup. However, he's the one that staged the breakup in the first place. He knew what he was doing. He gets to play victim and go around crying and telling everybody, well, I didn't want the breakup. I didn't want it to happen. She left me. No, that's exactly how he wanted it. Now he's in a new relationship all of a sudden.
Men are not friends with women. unless man is interested to have intimacy and sex with a woman, he's not going to be best friends with her. Because for men, it takes a lot of energy to call, to check, to date her, to take her to park, to the restaurants. He's investing time. And women sometimes think that they can be friends with guys. And they can, truly. And in that case, they're actually using a guy, dumping her emotions, using him to cry over his shoulders. And she doesn't have any interest in him. But men don't do that. And so man, if he is calling and talking and investing time, that means he's trying to get something from this woman. But men are not just friends with women. Unless, again, if they're gay, that's possible. But if he's a straight guy, no.
Ladies, do you ever see these toxic ass females out here that are in long-term relationships or marriages? They got the audacity to shame single women. These types of toxic women are narcissistic, and they love telling single women, that's why you can't keep a man. I got a man, but you can't keep a man. Sis, don't even pay that shit no attention. She's jealous of your freedom and your ability to not be controlled, and the fact that you have enough dignity and self-respect to walk away from a trifling man and stand on your own. What she's not telling you and everybody else is that she's miserable in her long-term miserable relationship or marriage. Her man cheats on her and he doesn't treat her right. But her mere existence depends on her staying in this relationship. No matter how toxic it is, it validates her as a woman. This is why she's threatened and jealous of you. You cannot build a life with a man who refuses to cut ties with his toxic, dysfunctional family. A man who refuses to stand up for himself and to cut ties with his family can't do nothing for you. He can't even stand up for himself. How do you trust him to defend and protect what you and him have? His family has a crabs in a barrel mentality. He may not like his family and he may sit up and talk about his family, but he won't leave his family alone. Even if you live far away from his family, he will go behind your back and maintain a relationship knowing he should have been cut them off. He's not a leader. Look at his daddy. His daddy's not a leader. So he's going to lead you off a cliff, sis. He likes dysfunction. He likes drama because that's the way his family raised him. And he will try to get you to water yourself down to fit into his family. Don't. A man's potential is not enough to pay the bills. I don't give a damn if he tells you, babe, just wait till I get on my feet. We're going to be the next Jay-Z and Beyonce. I got your back. I'm going to buy you all the designer bags in the world. Just give me a minute. I need a strong woman in my corner to help lift me up. That's potential. And it's no guarantee that that potential can develop into something greater. Otherwise, you'll help build him up, clean him up, put money in his pockets and everything, and he will start treating you like you're beneath him, and he'll start smiling in other women's faces, looking good with the shit that you helped him accomplish. Then he's going to leave you for a woman who didn't have to lift a finger to do anything. He should come to the table with his shit together already, and then you and him have the potential to build something greater off of what y'all both already have. It's not your job to build him up. Potential don't pay the damn bills. You can do bad by yourself. Story time, ladies. Never allow a woman to play matchmaker to set you up to go on a date with a guy that you don't know. Now, when I say a woman, it could be anyone in your family, from your mother, your sister, your female cousins, to that friend of yours from high school or college. Women are vicious. So, you don't know. You think they love you and they have your best interest. And the whole time they're jealous and envious of you. And they're going to set you up and play matchmaker with a toxic man. So they basically know he's going to abuse you. You have yet to find out. So they sitting back eating popcorn, waiting for you to deliver the bad news that everything fell apart. That's the whole ideal. So they can sit back and have something to gossip about. So don't allow any toxic, narcissistic woman to do this to you. Ladies, I have got it all figured out as to why men are becoming unhinged and pissed off at us as of lately. They're mad at us because we are choosing to raise our standards. And, when they tell us that we need to choose better men, we're not even choosing men at all. We're choosing ourselves. We're choosing to level up in our lives, and we're actually doing it. We're actually going to therapy. We're actually making more money and getting to all our goals and dreams. Everything's getting accomplished because we're leaving men alone. And they don't like it because it puts the spotlight back on them. And now they're required to raise their standards as a result. And it only exposes them competing with us, always have been competing with us. See, they don't want to raise their standards. They're comfortable right where they are. And they want us to remain broken too. Game over, fellas.
So we've all heard that 35 years old is the magic number for having babies, and after that your fertility drops, right? Wrong. 35 years old came from an old French study in the 1700s. Whilst it's true that your fertility declines through the ages, a much more recent and larger study found that between the ages of 20 to 34, your chances of getting pregnant within a year is 84%, and when you're 35 to 40, the chances are 78%. So just a 6% difference. Clocking is unnecessary pressure, and do not let that make you. So the next time auntie asks, when will you marry? When will you have a baby? Tell her,
God is saying to you tonight, what you do in secret, I will reward you in the open. Do not get discouraged if you're not getting credit or recognized for your good deeds. Do not hold grudges if people don't thank you, because God sees all the sacrifices and will bless you abundantly. Comment amen if you receive it.
All right, babe, I'm going to Hooters to get a beer.
Hold on, let me talk real quick. This nigga think he finna go get some Hooters and get no fucking Hooters. We got Hooters at home.
Damn, babe.
Let's talk about kale. Here are 3 reasons why you should be eating kale. Kale has loads of protein. And I know you girls love to say, I need my protein. Does it have protein? It's going to help with them booty gains, baby. 2, kale is high in beta carotene, which the body converts into vitamin A. Now, vitamin A helps your skin glow, baby, okay? It helps your vision, so you can see your blessings coming. Vitamin A also helps to build your immune system, so you ain't out here catching colds or negativity. 3, kale is a probiotic. Probiotics is great for your gut health. It's going to detox that little big belly and break down chemicals on a genetic level.
Yo, y'all want to know why most men don't want to get married?
No, not really. But did you know, as a single female, you can purchase a property, which is a 4-unit, and start building your real estate portfolio and become a landlord and rent out the other 3 units and still qualify for a low 3.5% down payment under FHA. And then after the home is appreciated in value, you could take the equity of that property and purchase another property.
Here's another way that you can tell that a man is on the down low and he's too afraid to come out the closet. We all know that a lot of men get married or they get into relationships with straight women simply to mask the fact that they don't want to come out. The woman is called a beard because she's covering up for him his closeted homosexuality. Take a good look at this woman. 9 times out of 10, these men that are on the down low, closeted homosexual, they choose women who are masculine. She's either going to be masculine looking in the face, her hair is masculine, or her body. Look at her body. She will be built like a man. She will be masculine looking, her mannerisms. He's playing the feminine role and his wife plays the masculine role.
All right. Okay. So I thank you all who joined me tonight. Thank you so much. Also, for a person in the chat, let me tell you something. I go pretty hard on this channel, but I used to go way harder. I'm talking screaming and hollering that everybody could feel my rage. Sometimes, I had to calm down. I'm not going to lie. Anybody who's been watching me knows that I have calmed down a lot more than how I used to be. I was not the one to fuck with up on here. I'm still not, but I'm more calmer with how I speak now. And I wasn't always like that in the past. And that wasn't very long ago. So, you know, this is one of the best channels that you're going to find up on YouTube, point blank, period. So thank you all for joining me tonight. I have taken a lot of calls. Thank you, everybody. Check out the video from the beginning and these amazing calls that came through. And I can't wait to come back live very soon with you and you all join me again. So thank you. Have a good night.